We look like we live. We running late, but we here. It just happens like this sometimes. Yeah. Let's see what's going down tonight. Got some news popping off in boxing. Word is ShowTime and boxing are about to split ways. Part ways. That's what's on the rumor mill right now. And in my opinion, does it hurt boxing? Maybe, maybe not. Will it lose fans? I don't think so. Because I think if we really want our boxing fixed, we're going to follow the fights wherever they get put out. Somebody going to make money off boxing. And what I'm hearing is NBC may be getting ready to be a part of boxing. If that's so, that means there's some free fights maybe. Some good free fights that might be coming on. With a lot of odds to be put on people. Who knows? We'll see soon enough. Devin Haney and Rougarou, Regis Prograis. They fight is right up on us. Did they fight on the 25th? Check my calendar. Because if I'm correct. I think that's when they fighting on the zone. My big brother's birthday be that day too now. They fight on the 28th or the 29th. Regis Prograis trainer, or whoever that guy was really talking some real big cap. Eric R. in the building. What's up, Eric R? I was running late today, but it is what it is. I'm here. Socially scientific. Haney and Prograis fight on the it's on the 9th. But who am I thinking about on the coming up? That's around the corner. Maybe I got my days mixed up. Either way, their little press conference. Gil Coles, what's going on, man? Salute. Their press conference, I don't know. Rougarou played it pretty cool. He said, Devin, we had to find out if that's going. Andres and Benavidez. That's who it is. Thanks, man. I knew it was a big fight. I knew it was a fight that kind of got me amped. But seeing them in their little press conference, it kind of got me a little, got my blood going a little bit, got my juices flowing. And yeah, November. I know not October. I'm tripping. I'm just trying to make it happen so fast. Like I said, I'm excited. I can't wait for that fight to happen so I can see how it's going down. But on the same note, did you gather anything out of this first press conference with Regis, Devin, Bill, and whoever that dude was that was talking cash major for Rougarou and company? Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm trying to eat something because I'm a little famished. But with that, how y'all feel about that? Now, I seen the talkings about football teams taking losses and stuff. But just so y'all know, I'm still running with the same one. I gathered them niggas was hollering and yapping too much for me to finish watching. Also, you turned. Regis Prograis pretty much was playing the calm, cool, and collected. It was more Bill, Devin, and old boy. And I kind of got to read that Devin was more like trying not to be a pushover, like, you know, he had to say something because old boy was just doing too much talking, too much capping. I don't know. It made for some good back and forth, but I still would have preferred to not hear from the trainer dude and to see what more was on the mind of Devin and Regis. Regis did say he'd been working his ass off, trying to tighten up his skills and everything like that. So it couldn't be said that he was just going in the ring, boxer skills versus his power. He's like, I still got power, but, you know, he said he's working on the skills. And this would be a good time to try to show it out and see what happens. So, yeah, I liked how Regis was chilling. I thought it was calm. I thought it would calm down after he spoke. But they went back to TMZ, and I had enough. I feel Trey X in the house. Salute, man. Salute. Yeah. I'm going to see how I go down. I want to see what tightening up Regis do with his skills. But I can't overlook the fact that Regis is aware enough to say, yeah, you know, I started boxing late. I think that's what I gathered him saying when Bill was talking about how Devin just grew up boxing. Eric also, I'm tired of hearing Bill's ass. Yeah, I think that's part of the package deal. We're going to have to suffer through whatever it is Bill thinks and what he feels, because that's his boy. If somebody beat up his son, I don't too much see them shutting their mouths too much. Then again, even if he do take a loss, I don't think Bill is going to be too quiet. I'm just saying. He said she was like an episode of Jerry Springer or Maury Povich. Man, I remember those days sitting back watching You Are Not the Father. It got so much out of control that some of the same girls that was claiming dudes was the baby daddy was popping up on both shows. I'm like, oh, they just selling their story to the highest bidder. I don't know how they go. But yeah, I feel you. They was a little jacked up with the going back and forth Bill. I don't know what made people have to talk about being so hood and so street. In one moment, he giving a speech about how you could make it. Well, I guess he was just letting old boy know that he wasn't no punk over there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Y'all, like I said, y'all got to forgive me. I'm trying to chew at the same time. No football team is undefeated. I hear everybody has partaken in receiving an L. I hear that Fondora's sister, I don't call her baby sister, getting ready to have a fight. I think it was some interesting fights. I had to go back and listen to who all names I heard on this card coming up with Regis and Devin. I'm kind of leaning toward Devin. I'm going to just say it out there. I'm kind of leaning toward Devin. I'm the guy who been boxing the longest. Yeah, Regis can do something, I guess. You know, he not that way he at for nothing. But I think Devin might be able to hold it off and pull off the win. I was looking forward to Regis asking him about paying to get a loss taken off his record. I was really interested to see if he was going to bring that up. So he didn't, which was kind of a disappointment because I'm like, dude, you found that out? Bring it out. Let me hear about it. Wasn't any football memes on Discord this week? They had to hold those L's. Yeah, everybody took some L's this week. It's nobody undefeated no more. All the undefeated teams are gone. I heard one guy talking about playoffs with the Lions. I'm like, dude, the Lions? Regis Prograis versus Haney is 3.5 versus 3.5. Well, why was Regis talking about he started boxing late? Oh, I guess. Oh, shoot, that's good. Yeah, like I said, forgive me once again. I'm trying to get it in. I'm sorry I was late. I tried to do a lot today, get my hair done and all this. Next week is going to be some memes. Ain't no need to be talking about no memes next week. If y'all couldn't produce no memes this week, all I know is my team going to the Super Bowl. That's all I know. He said the Jets punked them. The Eagles lost to the Jets. Say it ain't so. I didn't get to see any of the games. Let me tell y'all, I was all set to watch the fight with Tim Tszyu. And oh boy, I got off early that day. I got to get used to this new schedule I'm working. I'm sitting up, waiting around for the fight to come on. I even set my TV to record the fight. I fall asleep, y'all. But I wake up to watch the fight on record. And I got something from Will Ferrell. I got a movie from Will Ferrell on my TV. No boxing or nothing. I'm like, fast forward and rewinding. And I'm tripping. And I ain't see the fight. Messed me off. The old Bucks might get whooped next week by Atlanta. You think the Birds of Prey gonna whoop down on those Buccaneers? How big of a spread might that be? I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see. Wait for that special phone call come across the bat line, so I know what kind of moves I need to make when it come down to putting a little money down on the NFL. So I know everybody heard the rumors about boxing leaving Showtime. Got into it, a heated but comfortable discussion with a guy who wanted proof, which I asked in the Discord where the write-up was at, because I really wanted to just shut the dude up. But I ended up finding some videos and some talks about it. And I think it could be a good thing. I think it's a great thing if boxing ends up being on NBC or something like that, because that means it's going to be some free fights. And that's a lot of eyes on TV. But then I started thinking, do you even get NBC for free anymore? Is that still free? Because it seems like everything is streaming now. You got to buy everything. Bucks the favorite at 2.5, a negative 2.5. Okay. He said Atlanta is easy work coming from Gil Cole. Regis has a sit-down interview just uploaded on Cigar Talk YT channel. Very likable background and personality he displayed. Okay. I didn't think Regis was that kind of thug boxer or nothing like that. I always thought him to have a pretty palatable attitude when it comes to dealing with the public. I like Regis. I just wish he can cut off he would move his feet and cut the ring off a lot better and work behind his jab a lot more, which he has picked up working behind his jab from his last fight that we watched. I did hear his trainer, strength and conditioning coach, talking about how Bill and the Haney's made a move on him because he didn't have a good showing his last fight. Could that be true too? Could they be slipping and end up biting off more than they could chew? I don't know. Is it a 50-50 fight? Yeah, I would say it's a 50-50 fight. Big bro in the house. What's up, man? I appreciate you letting everybody know I was running late, bro. Much love to you. Tell everybody I said hi at the house. Sitting here trying to get it. Where was I? I don't like that more networks are getting out of the boxing business than getting in it. Marinating, great killing the sport. Greed killing the sport. Excuse me, marinating and greed killing the sport because it's forced us into piracy. Well, if it goes back to like NBC I remember the days of fights coming on regular on free TV, and if they hit the mark right by putting the fights, decent fights, in a spot where they need to pick up traffic, it can work out good, especially if they put some good fights on when they don't have anything really major going on the network. That's a lot of odds that they can get to draw back on to boxing. It could be a double-edged sword. It could hurt it, or it could help it. I'm leaning toward the side that it may help them. It may help them. But we have to sit back and see what the suits do. And we're gonna have to see how smart these boxers are and what kind of moves they make and how they move forthcoming. Will they be in the right spot? Will they be where people can readily get to what it is they're trying to sell, which is themselves in the fight? I leave most of those questions to the people who pretend like they really know what's going on. I'm not going to pretend like I really know what's going on when it comes to that. So I'm going to stick to the fact that I got the best football teams running, is going to the Super Bowl. No matter what nobody else think, that's how I feel. My boy's going to the Super Bowl. And my best basketball team going to win the NBA championship. I'm going all the way around the board. I'm going to win the Major League Baseball, best team there. You name it, in whatever sport, I'm riding with those that's winning. Ain't too much nobody can do about that. Who gonna produce some memes next week in the NFL for the Discord? Since it wasn't none, and I guess it wasn't none because the people that were bragging with me last week about how we had the best squads and we just weren't trying to hear from nobody else took some losses. But I know that can't be right. I know those boys just ain't being quiet because their team took a loss. Maybe they're just not around to defend themselves. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But the best meme I seen this week, Hugh Cole, you a fool, man. I gotta give it up to you. When you said when you put that new witness, I think it said new witness, and you got Jada Pinkett in the car with Suge Knight and Tupac. Boy, you a fool for that one. You had my side hurting. I was laughing so hard. What did it say? There's a new witness to the Tupac murder case. That's what it was. So everybody's team lost this week except the America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. How about those Cowboys? Did I say that right? Is it how about them Cowboys or is it how about them boys? Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all got to work with me. Like I said, I ain't been really watching it, but I know. Matter of fact, people in San Antonio weren't all that upset about it. So that means, yeah, okay, America's team. Who did they beat? Did they beat somebody of significance? Where they can really brag about it and rub it up under somebody's skin? Trey said he thought that was Yasser. No, I think Yasser did the one with the which Yasser's a fool for this. He did the one, I think, with from the movie Juice. Or maybe I'm reading too much. I know somebody did one with the movie Juice, and they had put Jada Pinkett's face on Tupac when they got in the elevator, and the boy was like, "Oh, so you gonna just shoot me in here?" But both of those was funny, crazy funny. Why is Caleb calling out Jamal but not David Morrell? I'm gonna have to get to that one. Hyphy. They beat the Chargers. Decent win. Okay, bro. Okay, I give them that. The Cowboys have stepped up. Nobody can't say nothing about their win. The Eagles lost. Falcons lost. It's no more undefeated teams. So that undefeated talk going out the window. Now it's all about, it's about to be breaking down who got the best defense, who got the best offense, who can stop the run, who can stop the pass. It's going to get down to the nitty gritty. I'm talking about the one with Suge and Tupac and Jada in the car. I thought that came from oh, that is Yasser. Yeah, okay, my bad. Gear codes. I'm gonna have to take that you a fool back for that one because you wasn't the fool for that one. That was more Yasser. Yasir. Let me see his name right. Yasir. Stop saying it like in a song. Yeah, man, that it is funny. Crazy off the hook. but her head placement, it begs a little some desire of what her head placement is. But the way she looked, man, it just looked crazy. It's like she really was there. That's a hell of a placement. Hell of a placement. That was crazy. Anyway, I want to know what y'all why Caleb Plant calling out Jamal. I don't know, Hyphy. If you're gonna take up for Jamal, then you're gonna be like Caleb Plant picking on the dude who having slight mental problems or whatever it is that they keep saying is wrong with him. Yes, sir. It's pronounced like Yasser. Okay, so I got a call from the blog fans. Yes. Your head and place it on the dresser. Anyway, what was I? Talking about Charlo getting picked on by Caleb Plant. And which is strange because you got Caleb Plant, who every time he get into a big fight, that he talk that talk, yeah, I'm going to have to go and see it. He went out there and got beat up by Canelo, got knocked out, stopped. And then he went and danced the whole round, but got beat up by David Benavidez. Maybe he's just trying to find somebody. It's been a second since he got a win. Well, he did knock out Anthony the Dog Durrell. But it's about, ain't Anthony sitting down now? I think it's about, am I saying it right? Am I saying the right Durrell? Either way, we saw that hell of a knockout that he got on Durrell. I got him all crunk, thought he was going to do something, slapped the Charlo brother, which y'all made me understand that both of them have been slapped nowadays. Like anybody can just walk up and slap him. But I couldn't tell you why. But I can guess why he's not calling out David Morrell. Which he'll be on the fight. He on the fight card. He's on the fight card for Regis and Devin Haney. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Because now I'm off. I just got to get used to being up in the daytime and not so wide awake at night. My schedule is really messed up. Caleb a fake Paul Wall that don't want to fight Morrell. I wouldn't call him a fake Paul Wall. Don't be doing Paul Wall like that. I used to be high on Caleb Plant. I still like him, as a fighter. I just don't trust him when it comes down to getting in there with no major dudes. Like Benavidez, Andre. I wouldn't trust him with Andre either. He keep running out of gas. And when he run out of gas, he take punishment. He just got lucky that Benavidez couldn't just punish him and put him and stop him. At least he wasn't out there asking if he had skills or not while he fought Benavidez. At least I don't think nobody caught him on a hot mic saying his skills is pretty good. Right now, the Charlos are at the butt of the jokes. Jamel, people are saying, you just went up there and you didn't even fight hard. You just fought to not get knocked out. So you could say, at least I didn't get stopped. What happened to everybody else? They got knocked out, but I ain't get stopped. That is not a bragging point after having a fight and somebody just walking around the ring, just throwing punches at you and pretty much hitting you at will. Yeah, you took some good solid shots and didn't go down. Well, you took a knee. Taking the knee, is that like saying uncle? I don't know. I'm just saying. You took a knee, so you can take a break and get on it. Hypey feeling tonight. He said Frank is on Deontay's ass. Deontay needs to stop trying to skate around him. I don't know. I did hear that Frank said that Andy Ruiz was pricing himself out, and he was willing to take on Andy's spot. I haven't heard anything come from the other camp being the wildest camp of anybody that I know that associates with him. Not that I know them particularly, but I know that they would be able to speak, and a lot of things they say pretty much hold weight with he in his camp. And I haven't heard anybody say anything. So I have to wait on that one for you, Hypey. I probably would have liked Plant versus Andre first before David. At least they fighting. I can say this about Plant. Plant is fighting people. He fought Canelo. He fought Benavidez quicker than anybody else out of the group of names that we usually be saying that should be fighting those guys. You know, you got to give Plant that. I guess he's going to be the Sean Porter, except he runs out of gas. So I guess Sean Porter is not a good comparison. But the man is getting in the ring with names that carry some weight. So I got to give Caleb Plant that. Now, anything else, you know, if he could just get his gas tank right, damn, because I just knew he was going to beat Canelo, but he proved not to. And Brown, 09 in the house. She said, hey, MZ, chatting mods, blessings, sis, glad to see you sliding through. And I got to take my hat off to you and say, you're doing damn good in the Champ Ross right out the gate. Right out the gate, you're doing damn good. So salute to you on that, sis, because you're holding down a high spot. But I'm going to have to come get you. I know I said a lot last week you wasn't around the head, but on the cool, we're going to put a hit out on you, sis. We still love you. We're going to still respect you. But as long as Champ Ross is going on and you way up there in the front, I got to put the pedal to the metal and come find out a way to catch you, pass you, and hold you back and let everybody know, look out, I'm protecting them until we get to the end of the season. And I'm in first or somewhere in the top 10. That's my goal. She said, thank you kindly. Come get me then. Oh, that's what I like to hear. And you better believe I'm on my way. I'm getting to the studio, come up with a Track Titan song to move me along. So when victory come, I'll play it. But I'm glad you're doing great in this, sis. Congratulations. Everybody had a good week, it seemed like this week, except for me. Trey X was high up in the rankings. I think he had place 5. Let me not talk about it. We still early in the season, and we're going to get to rolling. He said, that's more privilege than bravado, MZ. What? If fighters had the opportunity, they would all fight Canelo, or would have fought Canelo. She's ranked at number 7. Oh, that's not bad. Well, the Canelo fight, yeah. But David Benavidez, I'm not saying it's privilege, you know. I'm just saying we all know how Canelo picked. Well, I know how I feel about Canelo pick. If he picked you, he feel like it's something about you this week for me to get on. Rank number 7, though? Dang. Sis, you're going to have to 7 is a damn good number. And you've been sitting up at the high spot right out the gate starting off. So, yeah, okay, I see what's happening. Brown said, okay, that's not my business. Let me not even jump in there. I'm going to let them handle that. And I'm going to just stand over here and do this. Make my moves as I supposed to. And before it's all over said and done, I will be in contentions. And people will fear me again. I'm just saying. I'm feeling good. I'm having fun. I should have been first by a mile. But I got too fancy. 5th was a fail. I don't know. Because I'm like, what am I like? 30th, 40th? I'm way back there. Got D-Lo shooting shots at me every week. I'm seeing a little thing about how MZ and he too. Okay. Everybody throw your rocks. It's all right. Throw your rocks. Do your best. Do your best. It ain't like I ain't been here before and scratched my way from the bottom. Kept on climbing, passing up people. Smiling as they smile and pass as they way in the front. They was looking back laughing at me. But then I started coming up. Y'all gonna understand. So, he back. That's right. Track Titan MZ. I'm gonna end up with something good. Y'all just she said, nah, Hyphy, you called me out and then got goes. Oh, wait a minute. Seemed like some stuff going on. Maybe I do need to peep in there and see what's going on. Hyphy, don't tell me. Do not tell me that you run from AB09. Tell me that you're not running from AB09. Don't tell me that you called her out and then you didn't show up. Because it sound like just reading and saying it sounds pretty much saying, y'all get what I'm saying. Sound like she said you called out and then you got ghosts. Not Hyphy. I know y'all can't be talking about Hyphy. My homeboy Hyphy. Hyphy don't run from no smoke. He runs straight head to the fire. before the smoke even really started going up, you just start seeing big flames and heat. That's hyphy. He running straight in there like the fireman. Y'all can't tell me that he ducking no smoke, man. Not hyphy. That can't be. But anyway, looking forward to seeing Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. I want to see how if Regis gonna keep the same calm demeanor all the way through until they get close to the fight, or will you start seeing that bravado come out of him like he called Adrian Broner toilet water? Man, you toilet water, man. I'll do something to you. I remember when they was going at it. I thought it was kind of funny. Meanwhile, Frank Martin is falling off the face of the earth after ducking my fighter. What? So what you saying? That you ain't heard nothing from Frank Martin? Because I remember seeing him doing an interview and speaking on what was going on. Devin, shouldn't you be still telling Shakur Stevenson he needs to be getting ready for De Los Santos, which is how far down the road now? It's some good fights that's coming up. De Los Santos and Shakur Stevenson. That one is on the burner, just percolating ready, and we finna get it. We're gonna get it in a few weeks. Regis and Devin Haney. Devin Haney wants to prove that he's not this soft fighter. This is what I'm getting. He wants to prove that he's not this soft fighter, that he really got skills, which I can't really see why people was trying to make it seem like Devin don't have skills. The young man got some skills. He doing his thing. He eked out a win against Lomachenko. A lot of people feel like he got gifted a win. I really have not went back and looked at that fight again to see, but hey, he did whatever he did. It was enough for them to say he got away with it. He got away with the win, and you know, some people say it was out with the old, in with the new, but the new didn't belong to Top Rank. All I know is that the young man is winning. He's holding his own at this moment. Yes, he has not fought the likes of Tank or Ryan or Rolly. Who did he fight? Whoever he fought, he got the belts. Listening to myself saying that, yeah, you know, I can see what people could be like, oh, he ain't really doing all that and this and that. But at the same time, the man has been on a nice little win streak, dare I say. Going up against Regis Prograis, Mr. Rougarou. Will this help change the perception of Devin, or will it just be some kind of way to I don't know. If he beat Regis, shouldn't he get some credit? Will he get some credit? Will you guys give him some credit? I feel like if he beat Regis, that's noteworthy. But I could be wrong. Shakur, wait, what? Wait a minute. Shakur Beach, he invited Inoue to come to the USA and move up to fight him, but he didn't want to fight the fighters in his division that kept coming to his hometown fights to call him out. You're going to have to give me a little more than that. Give me a little more on that. Because just last week, Shakur was your fighter. Now you saying he a bitch? Come on, Hyphy. We can't be on the left side of the road and the right side of the road. People gonna think we kind of off. They gonna think we bipolar around here. They don't want them to think that. Somebody needs to write a tell-all book about Trey X and Delilah. Who? How the strongest man in the Block family gave up the secrets to the pedigree scale. Salute, Joseph Brown, my bro. What's up in the house, man? You here right on time. Cause I'm just making sure that you know it ain't no memes that came out in the Discord about football. And I know that you know our team took a loss. And so now we got that one under our, you know, we share L like everybody in the league. Not that you know what I'm saying. I just want to know how things gonna still go down. Been saying all kind of stuff. Oh, he's saying what's up to our sister, Almond Brown. I'm glad you stopped through though, bro. So that's because they teams lost as well. Yeah, everybody took some L's, you know. But like I said, you know, my team gonna still win the Super Bowl. My team's still the best in the NFL, no matter what nobody say. I'm still riding with the dogs. It was brought to my attention though that the Cowboys got to do a little bragging because they went on to handle their business against who was it they beat? It was a decent win. Who did they beat? Let me scroll back up here because I literally forgot who the hell they beat. Somebody throw it in there for me one time because I can't remember. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Chargers. That's right. They handled their business on the Chargers. And I'm glad to see everybody getting it together. I got my brother stepping in the house. My musical brother, not Big E or Cause or Master Rob, but my other musical brother, Socialist Scientific. He got so many names. What's up, bro? How you doing today? You on mute though. And until he
My bad.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I just want to jump on. Since Frank Martin disappeared after being called the bitchest nigga in the world, I want to nominate the Honorable Trey X to put the boxing gloves back on and redeem these Texas brothers out here.
Wait a minute. Frank Martin, where Frank Martin from?
Huh? He trained in Texas. I don't know where he from. He trained in Texas, so
Now, before y'all start unholstering y'all sidearms and stuff, trying to talk noise to the Lone Star State, it's only so much of that I'm gonna let be all right. First of all, things ain't just fell apart here in Texas. Let's get that right now. Things ain't just fell apart. We still boasting some good things. Football team just kicked some ass. Let's not forget that. We still got Mario Barrios running around here putting hands on people. Y'all seen what he did to Dennis Ugas. Okay, Earl Spence had a hiccup. Fine with me. We had hiccups sometime. Charlo, he had a hiccup, but he had to move up 2 weight classes. Y'all heard his brother. Say, I gave the fight to little Charlo because they said I had to get my head right. Y'all saw the interview. It's a little stormy down here, but we gonna ride the boat and we gonna be all right. Don't y'all worry about what's going on in Lone Star State.
all right, man.
I'm just saying, you know, I don't want people to be thinking that we just having problems down here in Texas, the Lone Star, Texas. Let me say Texas for everybody: Dallas, Houston, Orange, Los Angeles, LA. Marshall, yeah, we got an LA, Texas. Don't y'all think we don't? We do. With Texas big, we got some of everything here. Y'all better recognize Frank Martin disappeared off the planet.
Is that what you said? Did he say he heard from the man?
That's what Hyphy said. Hyphy tried to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm just reading what I heard the man. I saw the man in the video breaking it down, letting people know. I think people just trying to refuse to hear what the man said. I don't know about him being the bitches niggas in the world, because I ain't even know it was such thing as being the bitches nigga in the world. That was new to me. And Trey X, appreciate it, bro. We still have Bam Mother Rodriguez in Texas. Y'all better recognize, quit playing, and he gonna be on the pound for pound list real soon. Y'all gonna have to bow down and rub the boots. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say some Jordans or some Nikes or something. Nah, we wear boots in Texas when people get to tripping real hard. Throw our spurs on and spur them motherfucker. I'm just saying.
Bam. Yeah, shout out to Bam.
Yeah, say it like you mean it now. Don't be just giving a little shout out to Bam. At least shout him out. Say Bam Rodriguez. We know what that boy got. Come on.
I gotta hit it like like I'm playing spades.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Bam.
Yeah, you know what it is. Come on now. Don't say a Texas team gonna be in the World Series. You know we don't play. We don't play. How many baseball teams Texas got? Somebody tell me. Nolan Ryan was on one of the Texas Rangers. Ain't that the name of that baseball team? We got the Astros. Who been kicking ass in the NBA? I mean, in Major League Baseball last couple of years. Texas. Who been holding belts for the last few years? Texas.
I
Come
don't
on,
know.
man.
I don't follow baseball at all, bro.
That's okay. I'm just telling you the truth. The Astros have been showing up quite a bit lately in Major League Baseball. They have been kicking some ass. I just gotta let it out there. That's right. Say it with your chest. Oh, Shaqy, Jesse, and Mario are Texans not having no troubles. Maybe it's because they actually born in Texas. You know what, Hyphen? Still here in Texas, still part of Texas. True, they not having problems. Oh, Shaqy, Jesse, and Mario, but they represent the Lone Star just like Earl, just like the Charlos. They love Texas so much that they let you know this is what they represent. Now, I understand the Charlos come from New Orleans in that area over there, and I understand that Earl was born up in Jersey or somewhere like that. But the man said that he was raised in Texas. All boxing gyms go through these. Even Bo Max was taking L's with his fighters. Canelo GM was taking L's last year. It's Earl's GM season. That's all. Thanks, Joseph Brown. Words of wisdom just coming through like that. Everybody GM take L's. I can't think of a GM that don't take L's. Hell, the Mayweather GM be taking L's like a mug. But don't nobody be calling them out like that, saying, "Well, man, with y'all GM," but y'all want to call out big ass Texas.
I don't know, man.
Man,
I ain't seen Bud take no L.
who? Wait,
Bud. I ain't seen Bud take no L.
ain't he part of the Bo Mac clique?
Yes, sir.
Didn't they take an L with what's the dude name that got knocked out? Khan. Didn't they take a L with him?
Man, he don't even count. He went over for one fight.
He was there. They
he
trained
done
him.
he done put an
He
L on
said
Virgil Hunter record.
everybody got L's. That's all I'm saying. Trey X is bringing in some more GMs for Texas. Shakari Richardson is from Texas, and she got some W's over those Jamaicans. What y'all got to
Yes,
say about
sir.
that? What y'all got to say
Yes,
about
sir.
that?
You gotta talk shit to Hyphy about that.
I'm just saying.
Shout out to
Right
Shakari.
now, I'm speaking for Texas, country and all. What y'all got to say about that girl who they kicked off the Olympic team because she hit a doobie? She was under all that stress, all that stuff was going on in her life. She hit one little doobie. They tried to make it seem like she just broke all kind of laws. Now, I understand it was the rules that she had, but y'all tried to write her off. They tried to write her off.
Can you imagine Doobie in your funk? Hey, but did you see the Tim Kazoo fight?
Didn't you hear me telling the story about how I was sitting up waiting for the fight? I had got off work because I work days now, but I'm fighting to stay up in the daytime so I don't be up at night. And I fell asleep, but I didn't think. I did put my DVR on record. It said, "Would you like to record this program?" Tim Zoo and Old Boy. I hit yes. I fell asleep. I woke up thinking, "Hey, no problem. I get to watch the fight." But when I pressed play, I got Will Ferrell on my TV.
Oh damn.
The fight
You
was nowhere to be found on my
recorded
DVR.
recorded the wrong Showtime or something.
No, it said
You know they got
Tim
like three,
Zoo.
four Showtime.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 of them, but I read where it said, "Would you like to record Tim Zoo versus what's his name?" And I pressed yes. They screwed me, bro. They screwed me. But I did get to see some highlights, some long highlights. And I'm hearing people say Tim Zoo did not do well. He did not look good. But
I
y'all gotta
mean,
remember that dude was tough as nails, man.
I don't think it's necessarily that he didn't look good. I mean, I saw some issues with his performance, but
Not following through with the jab.
yeah, I mean, Tim Zoo, he fight when you ain't fighting back. You know, basically, like he can't combine his offense with his defense too well. So it's like if you fighting him back, then he gonna shell up, and then he gonna fight you, kind of like Errol Spence. You know, if you fighting him back, then he gotta wait till you stop, and then he can do his thing. He was just
You
looking for openings with Mendoza.
okay. And
So
just
you know,
so
he was finding them though. To his credit, you know, it
mhm.
was hard to do, but he was finding his opens. I think we
Now
were talking about that on the Discord. How the way Mendoza was fighting with all that movement and shit, it was hard to find openings, but Tim was somehow finding them. He wasn't landing no combinations, but he was getting off.
Okay. But Mendoza still tough because I saw Mendoza take some good licks while
Oh,
they
he
was
took some big ass shots.
oh, we got my bro, my Texas family coming in. Let me hurry up and press the button. Got another Texan up in here
Let me
while they
hurry
trying to
up.
say all this stuff. And before we go real far, because I caught that shell up like Earl Spence do if you fight him back, he had to wait till you finish. But just so you would know, though
Yeah, that's
some of those
facts though.
games that came from Shakur Stevenson that happened over there in that Bomac camp. I'm just saying.
What happened with Shakur Stevenson?
Didn't he beat some of Bomac fighters?
Then he beat some of Bo Mac. Oh, talking about Jamel. Yeah.
Jamel. Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
beat
yeah,
Jamel.
okay. Let's not act like everybody ain't took some losses. What's up, bro? How you doing, my Texas brother?
Yeah, man, I'm representing Texas, but I jumped on to be an advocate for Tim Zoo.
Word.
Wait.
Yeah, I jumped on to be an advocate for Tim Zoo, man, because I saw this interview with Tony Harrison, and he was talking about when he fought Tim Zoo, and he
Mhm.
said he felt like he wasn't the best version of himself when he fought Tim Zoo because a different Tim Zoo was different than what he expected. He said he expected the dude to be pretty much how y'all describing him now. You know what I'm saying? Like a basic, only on offense, only on defense type of guy. And that's gonna come with power punches and try to hurt you like that. But he said was what really surprising was his reaction. He said that he was able to basically counterpunch him and shit like that, and he wasn't expecting that. He said like when you see him doing that exercise, when he throwing they throw them quarters up and he be catching them quarters and shit real fast. Like
Right.
I can't explain how he do it, but if you didn't seen it, you didn't seen it. You know what I'm saying? He brought that up and he was like that reaction time that he got from doing them type of exercises, that shit'll catch you off guard. It's some shit that you ain't even looking for, but he'll hurt you real bad because it's the punch that you don't see is the punch that'll hurt you the most. And Tim Zoo is one of them dudes that hit you with the punch that you don't see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But in this past fight, I just saw him use a different style, in my opinion. I mean, I saw him
mm,
putting a lot of pressure on this guy, mental pressure. Like he just kept stepping to him, just kept stepping to him. Whatever he do, he tried to block it, he tried to slip it, whatever the case may be. Not always throwing a bunch of punches, but he's like he was trying to break him down. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't throwing a lot of punches. It would be long stretches of time where he didn't throw punches. But I just felt like he was just trying to just be in his space and just put that mental pressure on him. And then when he found his openings, he would place his punches real well, laying hard punches, hurt the dude several times, beat him up pretty good. I didn't expect him to win by knockout. I took him by decision on the Champ Ross. You know what I'm saying? Because his opponent is extremely tough. And he got an amateur background and shit like that. He a 2.5 on my scale. That means he was fighting on a national level, but I didn't find nothing where like he was doing a bunch of winning. So I put him at a 2.5, you know what I'm saying? But he's still extremely tough. You see, he done got some wins over Jason Rosario. Plus, he got a win over Fundora. So, you know, he ain't no punk, you know what I'm saying? And plus, he got some pretty decent power, too. So, Tim Zoo, it seemed like he wanted to kind of slow him down a little bit first. Like he'll step to him, let him throw all that hard shit, and try to slow down a little bit first. And then start getting his offense off. And I thought he did a great job of this shit, man. I was very impressed.
Okay.
mm.
Now, I just so I can make sure that my name is clear, and this is aimed at the guy who was trying to shoot at Texas a minute ago. He the one who said TMZ shelling up like that. I just got to be clear with that.
Yeah.
What I saw Tim, like I said in the highlights that I saw him in. You know, he was hitting no boy with some heck of a shots. I was foolish, and I gave him. I went for the knockout with Tim in the in Champ Ross. I just figured he might pull off something big just to show that he's still hot. I took away from Morel, not Morel, from his opponent because yeah, he did knock out Fendora. Not to go too far so I don't miss out D'Lo. D'Lo full boxing in the house, Mister 2-0 over MZ. It's all right though. It is what it is. Hyphy agree with you. He said Tony admitted Tim was faster and more skilled than he appeared to be. He almost started bitching when asked about Alicia positive drug test. I don't know about that part, but yeah, that go hand in hand with what Trey was just saying about Harrison being surprised with that catching the quarters and stuff out the air. That would help your reaction time a lot, and hand-eye coordination, which I would guess would help place punches because he do fight. He got a nice chopping that chopping down punch. I seen him using that quite a bit in that fight.
Yeah, I think that was easier with somebody like Tony Harrison because Tony Harrison don't move that much.
I think Tony got old faster than what he expected he was.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? His legs, like he don't move that much with his legs. He rather stationary. He does move, but he ain't fleet of foot. Like
I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
yeah.
Eric, I'll throw
Mendoza was in the hopping around on. Yeah.
Mendoza was doing a lot of what's that? That feigning? That's what you call where you faking like you're gonna do something. I seen him do that quite a bit, trying to get Tim to commit. But it seemed like when he was trying to hit Tim back, Tim was making him miss quite a bit too, taking that little half step back. He kept missing that sweeping body shot that he was trying to land.
Yeah, and Mendoza did have a very irky jerky, strange type of style in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I could see why that would encourage some hesitation too. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when we were watching the fight, because I watched the fight on Discord, I think the Kane was on. It was me, the Kane, Gil, and D-Lo, yeah. And we was talking about that, like he had like a herky jerky type of style.
It had me wondering if Tim Zoo don't know what to do with that kind of style, or if he was just trying to figure it out before he started landing his shots, or what.
Oh yeah, I mean the style is definitely gonna be it's gonna be harder than somebody that's steel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got a constant moving target and shit. I mean that's why people do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean
Right.
when I first learned about head movement, like in boxing, I probably like used it kind of similar to what he did, just like head movement, just constantly be moving my head. And I remember when I first like really kind of got it down and was using it, that was something that the guy that I was in the ring with was talking about. He was like, damn, like I kind of hesitated when I wanted to throw a punch because every time I want to try to land, like you'll be in a different spot. You know what I'm saying? So I know like that is something that can be effective in the ring. At that time, I couldn't really mix no offense with it, though. I mean, because you kind of off balance a little bit, you moving your head so much that it's kind of hard to really get your offense off. If you kind of slow it down a little bit, or maybe not slow it down like as far as speed, but slow down the
how often you do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You can be more effective. You know what I'm saying? I remember I got in the ring with that same guy another time, and I was able to mix the offense with the defense, and I could like he was a gauge for me to tell how much I improved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, the first time he actually had got me pretty good, and then that second time I had the head movement and shit. He couldn't really hit me, but I wasn't really hitting him a lot. And then the third time is when I put it all together and whooped his ass pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happens in Texas. That's what happens in Texas. You know what I'm saying? You figure it out, you put it together, and then you go out there and whoop some ass. I'm just saying, Texas ain't to be played with. I'm just saying. Eric, I'll say the way Tim looking, he got Trey X looking like Notre Dame with his early prediction last year of Mel versus Tim. What was your prediction last year that Mel was gonna get his ass whooped, huh?
No, I don't know. I know I thought the Tim Zoo was gonna beat the motherfucker. Or is he talking about Canelo versus Jamel?
Now he said Tim.
Yeah, I
Elaborate
thought,
on that for us, Eric.
yeah, I thought Tim was gonna beat him though. I was picking Tim.
Yeah. Joseph Brown say feint only work when you land power shots. Hyphy said Janabek did a better job defeating his unorthodox opponent. And then Big Bro say, my old man always said, don't be where they saw you last. That's a good way to put it. Keep your ass moving. Don't stand there and just be throwing punches, think you pretty right there, stationary, eating punches. Something that Earl Spence, his head wasn't on he kept his head on the line. And oh boy, did he pay for leaving his head on the line. There's quite a few. The first time when what's his name? The Juggernaut, he kept eating those punches because he was keeping his head on the line. So I have drawn, I do know the difference between fighters to get their head off the line and fighters to keep their head on the line. And just to say, D-Lo 4-4 Boxing, you've been here a couple of minutes, but your internet seems to be on some kind of wave trip right now. It just keep kicking you in and out. Are you going to be able to say anything like hi to the people? Dang, I guess he's sitting there saying, hell no, we out of here. Well, Eric also said, I was speaking on Trey X picking Tim to beat Mel if they were to fight. Yeah, I remember when he said that because Mel hadn't fought, Tim was hot. Tim was still doing his thing. And at that time, not just you said that you would pick Tim to beat Mel, but quite a few of us had also agreed to pick Tim to beat Mel. I won't put the words in everybody else's mouth, but I know I ain't the only one who kind of agreed with that prediction that day. I remember what he's talking about.
I say this though, Jamel is more dangerous now than he was before the fight, though, in my opinion, because he just went 12 rounds in the fight and got that contact. You know how you told me Big E back in the days, he just want to fight because he want to feel something.
Right.
He just got 12 rounds of feeling something. And at the same time, he probably got something that he want to prove. He like a wounded animal right now. His reputation and took a hit. People saying mean things about him for the first time in his life. He always been that aggressive, head cocked to the side motherfucker that everybody respected because he'll get in the ring with anybody. He done proved that time and time and time again. He even signed a contract to fight Andrade. I always bring that up. But that's Jermell Charlo. For the first time, everybody's saying mean things about him. You know what I'm saying? Like collectively. Like everybody in the boxing world pretty much agree that was a terrible showing what he did. It looked like it was just a money grab. He kind of went out like a cur, you know what I'm saying? He talking about he did it for the culture and shit, make the culture look bad. It seems like anytime a nigga say something like that, they lose. Like if they gonna do it for the black people or do it for the culture, they always lose when they do that shit. But square business, like it's not a good look. So I guarantee you, he gonna be a tough man to deal with when he get off in the ring again.
To ride off of that, listening to his speech after the fight, at least I didn't get knocked out. That's going to be something that he's going to carry with him. And for the guys, if he goes back down to 154, that's the mindset that they're going to have to deal with. Plus, like you said, him his feelings being a little hurt because the boxing world talked real tough about him. Hey, you went out there and looked real bad. You just didn't do what you're supposed to do. So I can see that becoming a chip on his shoulder and making him a lot more dangerous for those 54 pounders. But we'll have to see how they go down. I agree with you 100% on it.
I mean, just think about it though, man. 36 minutes of fighting just changed his perception overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all looked at him as this undisputed champion motherfucker that'll get in there with anybody. Then all of a sudden, over the course of 48 minutes or something, 47 minutes of however many minutes it is a fight is.
36.
Well, 36 as far as the fighting, but you got a minute in between the rounds and shit.
Oh, I don't be counting them. I just look at the get your ass out there and start swinging. I don't think about the rest minute.
But we look at him. His life is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That motherfucker might feel some withdrawal or some shit right from all the positive affirmation that he gets all the time. Now all of a sudden, he like a scoundrel. I'm telling you, he gonna come out. He like a wounded animal right now. he gonna fight hard in the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe it. I can concur with that. D-Lo say, damn, I tried. It's all good. Trey covered most of the points I would have made. Yeah, that internet of yours is taking some hits right now, homeboy. You just stacking up L's with that. But I'm gonna let that go. Hyphy say every time a fighter say he doing it for the culture equals automatic loss. Adrian Broner said he was doing it, went out there and stunk up the place. Yeah, maybe they should just leave that culture word right out of their vocabulary when it come down to talking about having a fight. Don't do it for nobody. Just go out there and win. Because the minute you start saying, I'm going to do it for the culture, we done seen it go out there and just not. No.
Yeah,
The culture walking away talking about, he did what? Oh.
Deontay Wilder did it for his people and shit too. Went out there and got his ass smoked fucking around with Fury in the second fight.
Man.
Yeah. We had some example.
I have learned 2 valuable lessons. I am not taking the dude that's been on a long layoff. You know what I'm saying? Unless his name is Floyd, and Floyd retired, so I sure ain't doing that. And I'm not riding with the dude that's doing it for the culture. Those are 2 stop signs that we should pay attention to. Straight up. Hyphy also took a shot at Keyshawn. I think he said something about we should get Keyshawn fired and kicked out the gym because he is being a big disappointment. He said Keyshawn Davis is a Toyota Prius. He is an eco-friendly fighter.
The guy that he fought though was decent though. Wu Albright. He pretty tough fighter. He done been off in there with Jermaine Ortiz. He been off in there with damn, I can't think of the name of this dude, man. His last fight. He came in
Where he came in a little heavier?
Nahir Albright is his name. But he fought this guy in his last fight that was a pretty good fighter. He was an Olympian. He came up with Shakur and them. He went over there and beat him. I was impressed with Ty Rank because they gave him the victory. Because he went over, the guy that he fought was one of their fighters, and he went over there and beat the motherfucker, and they gave him the win in a majority decision. But Nahir Albright, a pretty decent fighter. He like a 2 on the scale. You know what I'm saying? He fought on the regional level. He been in the ring, like I said, with some good fighters as a pro. And I knew that he was going to go the distance against Keyshawn. I took Keyshawn by decision on the Channel Raw. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fault that too bad for Keyshawn. If he started going off in there and letting lesser fighters go the distance, I'll probably start tripping. But for right now, I look at it more so the toughness of Albright. I mean, Keyshawn don't look like no world beater motherfucker necessarily to me, but they are putting him in there with tough fighters. They not putting him off in there with people with losing records and shit. They putting him off in there with people with winning records on the fast track. So I got to keep that in perspective when I look at him through the course of his career.
What was the word?
People got to understand this is why Top Rank go over there and beat them PBC fighters because they done been matched tough. People like, oh, they ain't looking that good, but you know, being matched like that.
When you in there with somebody tough, you got to be head and shoulders above the competition when you get put in there with somebody tough where you could just make them look like it's a cakewalk. And even the best fighters always end up facing somebody who was tough that didn't make them look so good. That don't mean they falling off. That just mean that, hey, the competition just happened to be a little better and they learning something. D-Lo 404 say, I am now convinced Jamel would never get knocked out unless he gets disconnected from his senses. He would get DQ'd or fake an injury before he allows himself to get KO'd. Dang. That's harsh. Fake an injury? I don't know if he got... I don't know if anybody from Texas, even if he a moved-in resident, gonna fake an injury. Y'all gonna have to lighten up on that. He also said, I never liked Jamel's super fandom of Canelo. That part, I was gonna say on that. That's another thing that I think could help boost his confidence because he gonna say, I was in there with the best fighter in the world because these fighters just give Canelo, they give him that with no hesitation at all. I heard Tank do it. I've heard Jamel do it many a times. And you're right, I don't like that either. You know, if I'm a fighter, I ain't trying to say nobody better than me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Trey, would you feel like you would say, "Oh, that dude better than me"?
I mean, I'm a realist, to be honest with you, man. If I literally feel like somebody better than me, I don't mind saying that shit, and I'll say that I'll work hard so I can catch and surpass his ass. But
Do
if
you
if somebody better, they just better.
do they have to prove it at least once, or you know what I'm saying? Or is this from just the eye test?
It depends on what it is. You talking about boxing?
Yeah.
Mm, it depends on how much the gap is. If,
Okay.
if it's questionable, yeah, I need to see. But if at the same time, if I'm 3 months in, I just started fighting or some shit, and this nigga here winning national championships, and he already got 100 and something fights. I got confidence, but I ain't foolish to be like, oh yeah, man, I'm above that guy. Like,
I feel you.
you know what I'm saying?
Hell
Nah,
yeah. I just started boxing last week, and they want me to go in there, get in the ring. This dude got 200 fights under his belt, and you
yeah.
gonna have me thinking I'm gonna whoop the shit out of him. No, no, that's a dream that you having right there. Now basketball, I can look at a cat and be like, man, I deal with that, and that's two different sports. So I ain't gonna even compare them to the fisticuffs. I'm gonna just let that be as it is. You know, you got to be smart enough to know. But I guess I'd have to look at that differently because I've always been one of those people be like, shit, I ain't gonna never tell a motherfucker he could beat me. He got to actually whoop me. He got to do it. Seeing me home licking my wounds. He said, he never yeah, he gonna let him go. That's what Big Bro said. Keyshawn Davis. Okay, I read that already. What is this? Jamel has also been talking like a sucker for quite a while. He has also seemed reluctant to fight Tim Zoo from the gate. He has also tried to matchmake Crawford versus Fundora versus Tim Zoo. Whew, D-Lo went out there and pulled out the receipts on us. Are you trying to take shots at Texas on the cool? I'm just asking before I have to go into my bag. Eric R say, not warning sign. My guy said stop sign. Right. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe no more. If you go out there and say you're doing it for the culture or you coming off of a long break, I am not riding with you. I don't care who you is. I'm just not doing it. I'm doing that culture stuff because you get everybody all amped. Oh, he gonna do it for the culture. People riding behind. You got this big old wave, and then you go out there and what's a good word to use? That you just go out there and screw it all up. I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. Those words still ringing in my ear. Wasn't that a culture fight?
Yep. That's what Hyphy was saying, talking about Broner.
That was a culture fight. He also said, MF, I'm busy. He also tried to match make Crawford versus Tim Zoo. He said, MF, I'm busy. Okay. I missed that part. My fault, D-Lo, before you start complaining that I ain't doing your stuff. Keyshawn is being built properly, but I do see some things I'm not crazy about. But I guess that will go to the part where guys have been saying Top Rank actually build their fighters up, you know, put them in hard fights and stuff like that, getting them tough and getting them ready. Is that a difference between what PBC do? No, I don't know. I have to look a little deeper in that and see.
Yeah, I was over here thinking about that shit. I mean, Top Rank is outstanding with the prospects. Not only the type of fights they put them in, it's the volume. The like the motherfuckers fight more often. PBC fighters be coming off layoffs and shit all the time, put on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? That is one of the main differences. But I do think PBC will test them early. Like when they put Lupin off in there with Charlo and they put J Rock in there with Charlo, stuff like that. They'll put you off in there. But but Top Rank do have like they have like different types of fights, like not just a hard fight. They have fights that can actually make them better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I say Top Rank is the best when it comes to the prospect, man. You can't take that away from him. But I ain't gonna lie, that's the first time like when the Kane said that shit, that's the first time I ever really heard it like that. The reason that these niggas is going over here beating these motherfuckers consistently is because of the way they being moved as prospects and the type of fights that they put them in and all that kind of shit. I ain't even think about that. But that is square business. And plus, I also think Top Rank, they tend to go after better talent, like they better talent evaluators than PBC. They also they go after the higher quality type of motherfuckers too, it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people with the deep amateur backgrounds, the 4.5s and the 5s. PBC go out there and go get the 3.5s and shit like that. I can't really think of a lot of 5s and 4.5s that PBC got. I know Earl was a 4. Sean Porter 3.5, Danny Garcia 3.5, Keith Thurman 3.5. Shit, I can't thank everybody off the top of my head, but I can't think of no 5s and no 4.5. I know like with Top Rank, you got Shakur, he a 5. You got Keyshawn 4.5. Bakadir Jalalov, he is a bona fide 5 in this motherfucker. They've been working with Tyson Fury, he a 4.5. Shit, it's a lot of most of the time when you name a top ranked fighter, he gonna be a 4 and up. I know they were working with a Nui, he like a 4. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's almost like you can put the label on PBC have front runners, and Top Rank have what how they do it with the horses? You got the horses that's fast in that it's one race that's a short race, but then when you get to those races that take a little longer, the real cream of the crop start bubbling to the top. And right now, it looks like Top Rank can kind of hold that and say, hey, you guys got the fighters that the public appeal to real quick, but they end up not being as great as the public would hope. Is that a correct assessment? The only one that you could really say, hey, he was a high money gross is Floyd. I think that era is totally gone. Eric R said Keyshawn got to humble himself and STFU. I know what that means. Put all the energy in the gym and let your performance do the loudest talking. All that running in your mouth do is put unrealistic expectations on each fight. But he got to sell himself.
Yeah, and I was about to say that only counts if you can't handle the pressure. If you somebody that feel like you can handle the pressure that come along with unrealistic expectations, do your thing. It's not for everybody, but some people can handle that. If you the type of person and you need to fly under the radar and all that kind of stuff, would be quiet and chill. But everybody not built the same, and some people need pressure to perform their best. You know what I'm saying? That's why some people go out there and make guarantees and all this kind of stuff because they need that pressure. So I don't know his scientific makeup to say how he need to approach something. But as an athlete, as a conqueror, as a killer, you know, people ain't the same. That's why he go to boxing. Because as a living creature, your basic instincts is to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This dude do the opposite. He go to pain on a daily. So it's kind of hard to be on the outside looking in and say what he need to do. We ain't even built the same. This nigga a killer. He ain't no regular nigga. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really be liking when people say that kind of stuff, like how somebody need to act, if they need to talk or not. You know what I'm saying? That dude built different. He might need to create that external motivation, like create those conflicts so he can go out there and prove people wrong and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I believe.
Wait, who you talking about? Me?
No,
I heard you say he a killer. He wasn't no regular nigga. Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, that's a good way to come in.
Crazy.
Let me brush my shoulders off. I don't want people to let nobody know too much about me like that. I'm not, okay, DeCane, we ain't trying to let nobody know that you just that backroom killer like that. That was a good one. Who they talking about? Yeah, we talking about you.
Nah, you're a killer. Any nigga that go whoop ass all around the world and you like 19 and you whooping niggas that's 26, you're a killer. Yeah, you're a killer. You know what I'm saying? For real.
To bounce off of that way to get yourself motivated, I believe it was Shaq, and we know Shaq's like the biggest basketball player to ever play as far as mobile and all that. Then Wilt Chamberlain, but Shaq even would say that he would find ways to have to get mad at certain players or have it a way that they to make him go after them. So everybody got their way of going out to attack their job. Athletes, who we talking about, each one of them have a certain way to motivate themselves. Some of them don't like to do no talking, trash talking, anything. They just straight rather let their work show it all. But you got those that want to talk about it and let you know what they expect is coming and dare you to stop it. So Keyshawn might be one of those guys that's like, you got to come in here and punch me in my mouth and prove to me that you can whoop me. Until then, I'm going to show you what it's all about.
Yeah, like Jeremy Shockey in football or something. That motherfucker talking shit and raising hell, going out there producing. They tell the motherfucker he need to be quiet. He start being quiet and shit and fell off.
The way off.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just, that's how they operate at their best. So shit. And that's what it is for him. Do your thing, nigga. Talk your shit.
Okay, Eric I say Tank don't got to do all that talking to be must-see TV. Well, Tank had a machine monster behind him that did a lot of his talking. And let's not forget, I believe Tank was a little hesitant and shy to do a lot of talking when he first started. You saw his earlier interviews. It seemed a lot of people thought the dude was slow.
Exactly. I was sitting over here thinking the same thing. They ain't the same type of talker. This nigga Tank is from Baltimore and that shit. Man, people be talking about us in the South and how we talking about we country and shit. Them motherfuckers in Baltimore sound crazy as fuck.
They country too.
You know what I'm saying? So shit. Yeah, they ain't the same type of talker, man. Keyshawn is way more eloquent or whatever the fuck word I'm supposed to use than
that's
that.
A good one.
You know what I'm saying? Like he talk way better, man. Yeah, that nigga Tank sounds slow.
Not saying he's slow, because I have learned just because a person's dialect don't come out fluent the way you think it should, does not mean that person's mind and mental is not sharp as a tack. They have a hard time conveying what they need to say to you. But since Tank a fighter, he'll put his hands on you and let you see how he needs to say what he got to say. My fault, Trey.
No, it's all good. I mean, I'm not saying that he dumb, but he sounds slow as a motherfucker though. But no, I don't think he dumb. The come from where he come from and to make it where he at, I don't think a dumb person would do that. A dumb person will find a way to fuck it up some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it ain't for lack of trying on his part.
Yeah, but he could try harder though. He could get caught with some kilos of dope or something and really fuck it off. It's levels. It's levels.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, and we have seen some of our athletes go to these levels, either murder or get caught with a bunch of drugs, like Trey just said, or a bunch of guns.
I was just about to say murder too. He can get into it with one of them females or something, hurt her real bad, really fuck himself off. Like he ain't too stupid. You know what I'm saying? You know what lines not to cross.
Exactly.
And plus at the same time, they recognize like athletes as having their own kinetic type of kinesia or whatever word I'm supposed to use type of intelligence. An intelligence in moving your body in space in an intelligent way. And that's something that he does, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he knocking niggas out with them counter punches and shit. One punch, counter punch, knockouts. To me, that shows some real intelligence.
Can you imagine just, bitch, I'll knock you out the counter punch. I ain't playing with you. I see myself talking shit. I'm glad, they should be glad I didn't make it into the microphone. But I'd have been too hard to deal with, Trey. My mouth would have been something solid.
If you was in the
Solid.
fight game,
Yeah, man. Y'all was saying that nigga there was just talking shit all the time.
I think it depends. It depends on where you start and shit too, because it seems like most of the time the people that I see that's real confident like that, like a Roy Jones, Ali type, or even though he was kind of on the edge of what I'm talking about, somebody like Floyd Mayweather, Keyshawn Davis, Sweet Pea Whitaker, all these type of dudes, they start real early in the ring, and it seemed like to me they confidence is justified because they started so early and so young. Like they started when they 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of the time, the people that start late, I don't really see that type of confidence, except for Blair the Flair Cobb. He one example that I can think of. Well,
dude, yeah.
Yeah, he got all that confidence and he got a late start and he ain't as good as he think he is. You know what I'm saying?
Far from it.
But them guys that got that real confidence, a lot of times they be people that's been around for a long time. They really know that ring.
Okay. Jumping into the chat. Hyphy say Alicia typing she is willing to fight Clarissa, but she won't type about that failed drug test.
Well, they were joking about that fighting Clarissa shit.
Yeah, we know that ain't for real. I don't want to see little mama up there like that to face that pit bull. Damn, am I tripping? Am I mic bumbling or something? D-Lo say, when I was an athlete, you was an athlete? I would admit someone being stronger, faster, or having better hands. But
Why you have to say it like that though?
Like what?
You was an athlete.
I said that out loud.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my bad. Erase that comment. He said, I still thought all around I was better. I was a bad MF. So it was hard to admit someone was better, but I have. I'm gonna sit down. Wait a minute. No, Eric R didn't say what about Tanzil, OG? What about Tanzil, man? Why you gotta go all the way back to grade school to bring up Tanzil? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna just keep it rolling. Was Canelo Jamel's first fight since Jared Hurd reached over Jamal and slapped him? What?
He been talking about that for a while. He say that Jamel got slapped by Jared Hurd.
Yeah, but that wasn't his first fight since.
I don't know when that fight took place, so I can't even say.
He trying to be funny right now. That's all it is. Once again, somebody trying to throw a shot at somebody from Texas, bro. Don't even worry about it. D-Lo just out there. The prospects to sign with PBC and Floyd lately have to drag up because they were sitting around like 20-year vets. Drag up. Floyd, I'm gonna just say this: when it's rare that you get somebody that was super good at something that they do. It's rare that they turn around and have that same eye to pick talent. It's just rare. You don't really see that often. And if I'm wrong, please somebody point that out to me. But most of the time, when you see those great, the people that get labeled great or the best at it, the best, one of the greats to do it, they rarely turn around and have good talent picking skills. Because I think they look for more of what they think the boxer should be because of what they have in them, instead of just looking at the talent that they're trying to pick and grow it from what it is.
I think Floyd and them know what they doing as far as picking talent. They picking people with the amateur backgrounds and shit, nigga. That kid that they just turned pro, Camille Mosley. Yeah, 18-time national champion. You know what I'm saying?
Diamond in the rough.
Tank Davis, 215 and 15 national champion. Like I don't even know how many times. Several times though. Badu Jack was like 125 and 25 over there in Sweden or some shit doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So he had the background. Shit, I can't thank everybody, but Them the type of people that they trying to sign though. Especially now, like they got some good fighters. Like Tank a good fighter. Camille Moten, I think he gonna be pretty good. He very skilled fighter, tough fighter. I don't know how
Fast.
tough it, huh?
He fast too.
Got some fast, he fast and got power. And he places punches well and he go to the body. He kind of old school with his style a little bit. That's why they talking about they feel like he can whoop Lee Wood right now. I don't know if that'll be a mistake. It probably be a mistake. Lee Wood ain't no punk, man. Lee Wood can go in there and fight hard than motherfucker. But shit, I can't just count the kid out either though.
Right.
He might look like Bam Rodriguez when he go off in there with the motherfucking Sauron Visa and Carlos Quadras. A lot of people thought that was too early for him, even though he had way more fights than Camille Moten got right now. He only got one fight. I guess they trying to make him like a Lomachenko. Lomachenko, along with this dude named Sunset Manzurin that fought Thomas Hearns back in the day, they hold the record for the fastest fighter to become a champion in the least amount of fights. It's like 3 fights or some shit like that. I guess they trying to make him like that because Lee Wood got a championship. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that kid gonna be pretty good, man. They did a good job picking him.
Okay. I was just I was just giving my from my experience of seeing guys with great talent. I've never noticed too many of them to come out with picking great talent. But you know, Floyd is surrounded not by just his mind, but his dad's and you know his uncle, his other uncle still around. I don't know how good people were considering, but he was a boxer too. Joseph Brown also mentions that Tim Tszyu versus Jermell Charlo is scheduled for January 28th. Wow. So he got to get started right away with losing some of that. What he got to lose? Some muscle? Or do you think he got to shrink back down?
Yeah, it's a combination of muscle and water weight.
Let's hope he have to lose more water weight than muscle. I don't think losing the muscle is going to be that much that good for him. Tentatively, I don't know what Joseph Brown mean by that. Thoroughbred trail horses. Okay, D-Lo speaking about when I was speaking about the front runners and stuff. Hyphy agreeing with you. He said, I disagree. PBC has great prospect talent as well. Where PBC goes wrong is they throw them in too early, improper development. I think every time you have a fight, it should be a little harder. I don't think the very next fight should be an easy fight. I think you should always be going up the ladder to see something that's possibly new, to see how you're going to react to it, to see how you deal with it mentally, see how you listen to your corner, see how you can figure it out in the ring yourself. I think every time you go, the level should be harder. Or how are you getting better?
I think PBC got outstanding prospect talent. I just don't think they got the cream of the crop. Like if I hear about an AIBA World Championship medalist or Olympic medalist, I think they go in the top rank. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Pan American Games, Central American, Caribbean Games, shit like that. I be thinking they go in the top rank.
I'm sorry.
And then you also got other tournaments that don't really involve like this side. Like you got the Commonwealth Games and all that kind of shit. You know they ain't fucking with PBC. If they winning that shit, European Games, European Championships and shit. So you know they ain't fucking with no PBC. You know what I'm saying? So I see them with the 3.5s. I see them with the American National Champions. That's what I see them with. I don't see them with the people that's going around the world and winning. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. Dang, I missed a lot of chat. Let me try to hurry up and catch up. D-Lo say Devin Haney looked like a bona fide SMW at the presser today. What's the SMW?
Super middleweight.
Oh, okay. Really? He looked that big to you? They look like, he looked like he was taller, but they look like they were about the same. Name them names. The names need to be named, Hyphy. So the reason I say that, this is Eric Carr, is because he and Shakur secure in feelings as though they have to give a grade and explanation on how he performed instead of just winning. Well, you know, that's how some people are. Richard Sherman, football player, he used to talk that noise about what he'd do to a wide receiver, how he would lock somebody down. Deion Sanders would also do that. You know, it just depends on the athlete and they makeup, they personality. All athletes just can't be quiet. It's just that's not possible. You asking a man to not be himself. Joseph Brown, Richard Sherman was at his best talking hella ish. Larry Bird, one of the best ish talkers ever. That's right. Larry Bird would talk that noise. He would. Who was it that I saw doing an interview where he told Larry Bird he didn't look like he was the Bird from '85, and Larry went out there and started doing it, telling him what he was going to do and making it happen. And in basketball, it's something for you to be able to say, "Hey man, I'm going to take you left, and I'm going to cross you over. I'm going to hit the lane, and I'm going to dunk on you." Then you turn around and do that to somebody after you done told them, "Oh man, you know how degrading that is? That shit fun though." Now I can imagine somebody telling you how they're gonna punch you in your face and do all this stuff in the ring, and then go out there and do it. That's even more degrading. I'm just saying.
And Larry Bird told that same dude, he said, "Look like 85, don't it?"
Yeah. So you saw that interview too. Yeah, it look like 85 now, huh? Oh, little young punk. Think you messing with? I'm Larry Bird around here. Man, I used to couldn't stand Larry Bird with that old algae eater mustache that he had, man. That boy that could shoot though. He could shoot.
Everything the motherfucker throw up was going in, it seemed like.
Didn't he? He was the first player I saw in the game shoot the ball from behind the backboard and it went in. Even though they didn't give him the point, I was tripping on that.
Larry Bird had that fade away from the corner on lock.
Didn't he? And it looked like he barely jumped over a piece of paper.
Yeah, because he was 6'11" and shit. Or 6'9".
6'9". And I only saw him dunk in the game one time. I used to always wonder, why won't he dunk? He'd go in, lay that hole up. I saw him dunk one time out of all the years that I watched him play. I'm sure he dunked more, but I only saw him dunk one time. D-Lo said, "Yeah, my oldest son lives outside of Baltimore since 2020. I told him if he ever calls me speaking in that heavy Baltimore dialect, I'm just going to hang up on him." Nah, that's your son, man. You got to at least talk to him. It don't matter if he didn't picked up a little slang lingo. You got to go ahead and hit it. He might be trying to tell you something important with the ending of, "I love you, Dad." Michael Nunn is a perfect example of doing hard time in his prime.
Oh man. Yeah, you remember Michael Nunn, second to none. The one that got knocked out by James Toney when he was up in the fight too. He was beating James Toney. And Toney hit him with a left hook from hell. Hurt him real bad. Dropped him. He got up and the referee let him continue. He was getting fucked up and the ref had to call it off. Who was the boss? But he was a good fighter though. He was a southpaw, very skilled fighter, a hell of a fighter.
Yeah. I know Michael Nunn. Derek Bailey in the house, man. He say salute. What's going on, man? I'm sorry I got to you so long late. It's a lot of reading I need to catch up on. Make sure everybody get their props in. Hyphy say Top Rank finds talent through the amateur system. PBC finds talent through the small promoters they partnered with. That's kind of I was thinking the same thing. It's like Top Rank has a bigger what's the word I'm looking for? Recruitment system than PBC. They seem to be out everywhere at all the major anything that's happening. And I think that's how they find all the world beaters, because they are willing to go out to those depths. And maybe PBC not. Maybe they might need to change up in how they try to find talent and reel it in so they can get some of those top-notch fighters, some of those world beaters over there.
I was trying to think. I know they got Deontay Wilder. He up 4.5 for PBC. So they do get some every now and then, but overall, way more of them 4.5s and 5s. Them motherfuckers go to Top Rank for sure.
Wait a minute. I see I'm going to have to 3-0 me a nigga. Who you talking about?
He obviously talking about you, OG.
Really? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what's up under his skin that got him, I'm gonna have to 3-0 somebody. This ain't no rap battle, homeboy. This ain't the URL league where they go 3-0, because I'll never be 3-0. You can forget that. You could just straight forget it. Bruce Gas in the house. Or should I say Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. What's up, bro? What's going down with you? Glad you sliding in. Let me see who else. We're going down. D-Lo say Floyd has a great eye for talent. Okay, I could be wrong sometimes. Players make mistakes too. Players mess up.
Yeah, Lord, he wanted to sign Shakur Stevenson. He was very impressed with Shakur when he was scoring against Devin Haney.
That would have been a nice sign.
Yeah, I think he went out to Rio. He went out to Rio to check out Shakur Stevenson at the Olympics. And I think he tried to sign him or something like that. Shakur said, I don't know what went wrong, but I know that the dude did make an effort to try to sign Shakur though.
Okay,
Shakur said it was a promotion that they had, and they had all their faces on the poster, and they put him at the corner real small. He was like, hell no. So went inside with Top Rank. He ain't like the way they was like making him a small part of them. Yeah, he said they made him like a small part of the promotion. Like they ain't even want to, like, I don't know, like they ain't make him I don't know if he wanted to be the center of it, but he was, he wasn't a priority.
Okay, so that goes with D-Lo saying, remember it was announced during Shakur's gold medal match that he had agreed to sign with Floyd. And Joseph Brown comes through and said Floyd can pick talent. He just hasn't been able to get the top prospects. Maybe it's because they don't want to be in the shadow, like Shakur Stevenson didn't want to be under that. And I can see some fighters, saying I would be with Floyd then, but I don't want to be, where every time I look up, Floyd is taking over the spotlight. But I was about to say that I think he kind of calmed down a little bit, but I saw him with that Cornell young man after his fight. And Floyd just couldn't help himself. The guy asked a question about being talked about one of the greatest, and Floyd had to make the point to make it seem like he was the greatest. So I can see where they go.
That shit was wild too, because all the man said was, "Yeah, you being promoted by one of the greatest fighters." Floyd had to jump in. Did I beat the most champions in the least amount of fights? Like, damn, nigga.
Yeah, that's Floyd. That's Floyd.
Because he must be outside or something. I think we heard the wind blowing.
Who that?
Like when you ain't moving, your picture is showing like somebody talking or something. So it's like some feedback that's coming from your side.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know. No, I'm chilling.
I thought you might have been outside in the wind or something.
No, I'm in complete silence, brother.
You got on headphones?
Yeah, it might be breathing and shit. Let me move my mic.
Oh yeah, I think your headphones kind of loud because it's repeating us.
Oh, okay.
I can't really hear the shit. I thought it sounded like some wind blowing.
Now it only go when we talk. Here go Hyphy. My fighter beat Cornell. Knocked him out of the amateur competition. My fight will be better than Cornell. Who is your fighter when it comes to those two?
Shakur Stevenson got a cousin that got about 30-something amateur fights. And he went out there and beat Cornell Moulton. I can't remember what tournament it was, but he went out there and beat him. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Shakur got his cousin might be a blue chipper?
Yeah, the shit. He already proven that. He went out there and beat Cornell Moulton. I think he won first. That was in the championship of the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. So he had already put himself at a 3.5. He only got 30-something amateur fights.
Here's something that might also help Top Rank with their recruiting. Joseph Brown said Top Rank do get more blue chip prospects and seem to pay more in signing bonuses. That signing bonus could be a big swear, especially for a youngster that ain't really got much, just coming from nothing.
And plus, they got the reputation too. Top Rank has a reputation of being very good with the prospects. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying?
could throw some big names around because they were they had Ali, they had Foreman, they had then they had
Floyd.
they got a history of greats that they can lean back and say you could be part of this rich history in boxing. That's a great allure too.
Yeah. Motherfuckers had De La Hoya, they done had all of them, man. They know how to build you up, build up your build you up in the ring as far as the type of fights they put you in, and also build your name up. So yeah, shit. If you're a prospect, you're a young blue chip motherfucker, I think Top Rank is where you want to go, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. When it come down to that, when you open up the package, yeah, that's exactly where you want to go. Well, some people, you got the ones that chose PBC over the fact. You got those that chose Golden Boy. But when it come down to it, the longevity, the Godfather in the game, is Top Rank. That name by itself and how long they've been around is automatically going to get prospects. That by itself is going to get good prospects.
Man,
Because
imagine. Oh, my bad, my bad.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, imagine if Boots Ennis went to Top Rank. I think Boots will probably be a step ahead than where he is right now. All around, I think he'll be a bigger name, and I think that motherfucker would have been tested more in the ring already.
Yeah, his fights he been fought a little more often.
I think so.
That's a good thing. A good thought. The only person that I could say hasn't fought a lot yet, and that would be Shakur because of his frequent move up to where he is now. But I'm willing to believe that he'll start getting some fights pretty soon. I think the door is about to open up and the dam about to break.
Yeah, and also Shakur is a southpaw. Southpaws are traditionally avoided. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he got certain types of fights that he wants. He wants them championship fights against the best, and that kind of narrow it down to where he want to get in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? So that could kind of slow him down. If he was willing to fight anybody that Top Rank put in front of him and not have much of an opinion, he would probably fight more. But shit, it's a certain level of fighters that he won't.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's not a bad thing.
Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to test yourself against those that are supposed to be the best in the class. And that's as fans what we always ask for anyway. D-Lo was giving us the name of the guy. He said that was Rodney Rogers who bird embarrassed after the basic call out. Basically told him he was washed up. Yeah. So it was Rodney Rogers, which was never a big name in the NBA because I don't remember Rodney Rogers. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those youngsters. You should have kept your mouth shut and stayed over there. Just just play, be quiet. Don't say nothing to the dude that you know better than you. You see, I think more fighters, Eric, I think more young fighters are seeing PBC's top name fighters on the shelf. They are going to Top Rank instead. Well, you got to look at it. PBC new. No matter how much you might like PBC, PBC is new. Top Rank is the Godfather when it come down to names. What's that lady? What's the lady's name? Trey X. She got a boxing company too. Hers is fairly deep rooted in the game of boxing. I can't remember the name of her company though.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Man, one of you guys help me out. I can't remember the lady's name, but she is a promoter. She don't have she don't do a lot of big talking and stuff. But every once in a while, you might catch her.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of a name though.
Yeah, her company is fairly old in the game too.
I know you're talking about though.
Yeah. So when it comes down to it, you got to get Top Rank. Their longevity gives them, that's leverage, man. You just got to go in there and accept it. That back wouldn't allow it. I don't know what D-Lo talking about. Nunn was like 40 when he got locked up. That's too old to go to jail. Any age is too old to go to jail, but you go to jail at 40. Anything after 25 is too old. You playing too much. Even when it's not your fault. You just can't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. 40. Floyd said in Rio he is only here for Shakur Stevenson. Dang, and he didn't get him. That's messed up. That's what Joseph Brown letting us know. That small potato on the poster was an omen. Shakur did right. Regis just stated he signed with Matchroom because Eddie flew directly to him and had an immediate fight date for him. Top Rank only flew Regis to them via first class. Well, I don't know how you would look at that. You know, Regis was moved that Eddie Hearn came to him. That says a lot. That would say in the game that, yeah, I see some interest in you. I see some potential in you. And since I'm the mouthpiece that you always see, here I am. You know, I can see how you could feel a little that Eddie Hearn was a little personal with him, which would help sway his idea to sign with Eddie Hearn. Now. Whatever reason he used, Eddie, whatever method Eddie used, Eddie won. Rod X in the house. He said, "What up, my people?" Let me take that one down. For all of the opportunities that Floyd got his fighters, I thought Bud would have been the perfect fit. But the outside gym crap would probably derail Bud's career like Gary Russell's. Well, one, I think that I don't know if Bud and Floyd would have been a good fit. I think the personalities would clash too much, in my opinion. You know, I just don't see those two guys mixing together. I think Bud is in the perfect spot with Bomac and those that came up with it. You know, they got a winning combination with Bud. You know, I'm not gonna speak on about the other fighters, but with Bud and Bomac, they got that family thing going, and it works. So I can't see it breaking up or attempting to break it up. Now I don't think Floyd and Bud would have been a good fit. That's my opinion. What you guys think?
Me neither, because I feel like Bud is beyond that. That motherfucker in his late 30s. He ain't no youngster like no damn Tank Davis or nobody when he signed with no Floyd Mayweather. Crawford at that age where the fighter break away from the promoter and do their own shit. Hell, we got a fighter this weekend named Firat Arslan or something like that. This motherfucker 53 years old on the Channel Ross. That shit giving me fits too, because I'm sitting up here like, man, how the fuck I'm supposed to pick a man that's 53 years old to win the fight? But this is his event. He is the promoter of this event. So it's like we got a hell of a dilemma on who we gonna pick in that fight. Either you gonna pick the 53-year-old man, or you gonna go against the promoter of the damn event.
How old was George when he won the title last?
I think was he 45?
I thought he was right at close to 50.
I think he was 45.
45?
Yeah.
Okay, we have he the promoter and he fighting on the event?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be some home cooking in that one. Unless you go out there and get knocked out.
Well, the guy that he fighting got 22 knockouts out of 23 wins. He like 23-1 with 22 knockouts.
And the dude with 53, he like what?
I want to say he 56-9 with 39 knockouts.
Damn. Is his gas tank still strong? Can he still take punches? What's his reaction time and stuff like that? That number 53 is a scary ass number to hear for a person that's standing in a boxing ring.
I know, man. That's my first time on the Channel Ross ever seeing a 53-year-old. But it looked like I might have to pick that motherfucker because this his shit. This is his event. I'm about to go against him on his own shit.
Man, you know what kind of position that put fans in? Damn. Well, betting fans. Yeah, this is my event. Nigga, you 50, you over half 100. And you talking about going out there throwing hands? How old is the dude he fighting?
35.
Man, you got this dude almost about 20 solid years.
18.
That's a lot. Dude,
I know.
That's a lot. You could say it's a lot of experience going on, but what if this man move one way and something in his body give out?
I know, and the only film I just saw of him was when he was 50. And he was he was a tank. Don't get me wrong, he's strong. He's strong as a motherfucker. Southpaw. He stepped to you like a basic type of style, keep his hands up good. Kind of got a stiff back. So, you know, he kind of up straight with his shit. But he going to the body with hard punches. He upstairs with hard punches, stabbing stiff jabs on the motherfucker. And I could see why he could fight so long, because his style is not based on his reactions, like his reflexes and stuff. His style is just based on him being inside this cage because he's very strong, and he just landing real hard punches on the motherfucker. And plus, the opponents ain't been that good. I mean, their records ain't that bad, but when you click on them, they only got like half a star on BoxRec. So it ain't like he out there fighting nobody that's any good. This is the best opponent that he gonna be done fought in a long time.
Dang.
He been knocked out 4 times in his life. He lost 9 fights and he'd been knocked out 4 times. And that's when he was a much younger man. Now he about to have it seemingly a tough test, and he's 53.
This ain't no time to be getting no tough test after you 53 years old. You supposed to be, he's supposed to be sitting down on somebody's couch or teaching the next up and coming champ. But I guess he can't get enough. I guess he's doing what he loves, and who am I to tell him to stop? Rod X says birthday was yesterday. He turned a big 5-0. Welcome to the 50 and up club, my young brother. Happy birthday, happy late birthday to you.
Libra gang. Yesterday was my partner's birthday too. Libra gang all day.
How old he made?
39 like me.
Oh, y'all still got the Similac bottles on the side.
I'm down there 40.
Man, stop it. But I love to hear it. I'm down there 40. I be hearing it all the time at work. When I tell them, let me see your ID, man. Man, I'm almost 40 years old. Almost ain't 40 though. And that sign right there said you gotta be 40 for me not to card you. So come on with it.
Yeah. That's the age 40?
Yep. That's the age at our store. You have if you don't look 40 years old, you got to come off of that credential.
Yeah.
Which is a nice way of saying we trying not to really say you look old.
Yeah.
His name is Zaquin Moses. Who are we talking about for his name to be that?
Oh, no, that's kind of familiar.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out later. Damn. Top Rank also has network stability. Yeah, they got their ESPN in their pocket. You can't go wrong with ESPN as one of the talking points to get a box to sign on over. Come on, man. You know you can be on ESPN. Everybody watches ESPN at some point or another. Eric all say, damn, that makes me think maybe if Earl would have signed with Top Rank, he might have more experience versus Southpaws. Let's not go and second guess what's going on. You know, hindsight is always 2020. We got to accept the chips of where they've been laid. Earl is part of PDC. Got his ass whooped. Not by a Top Rank guy. Yeah, I guess it was Top Rank guy.
Yeah, I got to say with Top Rank. Most of that man career to be with Top Rank.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way out, but I'm not going to even do that. I'm just going to say, yeah, Top Rank did that. Everybody telling happy birthday. Top Rank gives the prospects that Top Rank gives prospects that Suge Knight Source Award speech. Can I get an impression from the voiceover panelist? Only person that can pull that off would be the social scientist, which he probably fell asleep. Unless we start talking about some killer that came from the past and he'd jump up and say, oh, y'all talking about me.
He might be over there trying to fix whatever was going on with his audio.
Oh, I forgot that we did bring it up. He's been on silent since then.
Yeah.
Top ranked prospects usually have a big brother in boxing to help mold them into great champions. That's also designed by Top Rank. Yeah, I guess you could say that because I have heard where I heard, I'm trying to say this right. Where I heard it spoke about a lot is with Shakur and what's the other guy's name they be doing all that talking?
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn. When I started seeing how much they mess with Bud, and I saw how they, how they get along, how they jokingly get along, how they play together and stuff. That is a big plus. You really don't see that with PBC unless they go on somewhere. You hear about some guys they partying a lot. They, you see them together, but they out going somewhere to do something that's not boxing. And when you see Keyshawn and Shakur and they're messing with Terrence, they usually in the gym. So yeah, I would have to give them that.
Them PBC niggas gonna be in the club, and them top right niggas.
I didn't want to put it like that. You just went on and just threw it out there. They be in the club watching the hoes shake their ass. Top Rank be in the gym wrestling and boxing.
And them niggas have drinking problems with PBC. Them niggas, Adrian Broner type nigga, Charlo drinking, Earl drinking. Them niggas get drunk over there. Man. And the top rank dudes, them motherfuckers be more disciplined. And they be in the gym handling their business.
Damn.
I know, right?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Dang. That's all. I'm gonna just leave it at that. D-Lo say, oh boy, paralyzed now. Who we talking about? What about Janabek win? What about Janabek's win last Saturday night? That's hyphy.
I wasn't really watching that one too much, man. I was kind of flipping back and forth between that and the Showtime card. I was watching the Sam Goodman fight against Flores. I definitely watched the Tim Zoo fight. It seemed like I watched another fight. Oh no, the first fight I watched was Keyshawn. I did watch his fight versus Nahir Albright on the top rank card, but I didn't watch the Janabek card that close. I was more interested in the Sam Goodman fight. That's probably crazy as hell, but that's what it was though.
Oh, okay. Rod X chiming in. He said Rodney Rogers, All-American power forward for Wake Forest. He was a beast in high school and college. But he made a mistake and spoke to that man from Boston who represented Boston for so long, and Larry Bird, and went out there and got embarrassed.
Yeah.
D-Lo said, I was talking about Larry Bird's back. Okay, when you say he's paralyzed, I got you. Jackie Cullen, MZ. You're going to have to make me understand what you're talking about on that one, Derek Bailey. You're missing me totally.
Derek Bailey. Salute.
He said Regis wasn't a prospect at that point. I think Regis has been with every one of big guys except Golden Boy. Been with one of every one of the big guys except Golden Boy. He was with PBC for a minute. He was with Top Rank.
Yeah, that's where he coming from.
Well, he started with he leaving Top Rank, going to the Zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
He already done had a fight with the Zone. But I'm just saying that's where he came from, though. He came from Top Rank.
Okay. Yeah, D-Lo 53. That's how old the dude is. You heard him. He said that old dude who fought on Hopkins' undercard was like 60. He got a nice win. What?
They probably put him in there with somebody south. This dude right here, Philrod Arslan, he about to fight a guy for some kind of belt. Don't ask me what belt it is. It's one of them international belts. So I would think he fighting somebody that's fairly quality if they fighting for a belt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I'm really feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place with that fight.
I feel you. That boy Rod X said maybe the guy he's fighting is secretly 54. So they're gonna put it out like that, make it seem like he did something impossible or something. This motherfucker.
Now I actually
The
seen the dude fight. The dude hit hard in the bitch. The dude that he about to fight, that motherfucker got some dynamite in his fist. That motherfucker hit you one time and he separates you from your senses, and it don't even look like he trying that hard. I remember this one, he hit this dude with his left hook, and the dude looked like he fell out of skyscraper or something when he took the left hook. So the dude can punch. That
damn,
35-year-old. That's a
like a skyscraper.
35-year-old. Huh?
I'm tripping. You say it look like he fell off a skyscraper?
Hell yeah.
That means he hit the ground fast.
He hit the ground hard and had his hands and feet spread out like a star. Just spread out on the ground. Yeah, he can hit. He hit like a mule kick. So if the old school dude, if his cage break down, because he fight inside the cage like a real strong hot guard. When I say a strong cage, think back to what's the name of old the dude that had hurt Andre Durrell real bad back in the day? Arthur Abraham. You know how Arthur Abraham had that real strong high guard? That's like a cage. That's how this dude fight. So let's say if he fight this dude and his cage start to break down, and if it break down, his reflexes ain't that good because he's 53. He might get knocked the fuck out fucking with this dude, because if this guy hit him with a good punch, he definitely going somewhere. For sure. That dude hit hard.
Oh, Jackie. Okay, I see. I see. My bad. Jumping on the Jackie Collins name. That's the lady who. That's the promoter lady. Derek Bailey said she used to. She used to promote James Toney. But what's the name of her company?
I don't think that's the one we talking about though.
No. Man, I need to know this lady's name and the name of her company.
I don't know why it seemed like her name start with an L, but I might be tripping though.
Eric also said horseshoes and hand grenades is the only thing almost means something. I don't know where we're going with that one. I saw the highlights of that Andre Drummond got hung on the breakaway dunk attempt tonight, shaking my head. Oh, somebody getting hung in the pros on a breakaway? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You done went for a dunk and you got hung on a breakaway. That means you by yourself. You got time to slow down, get your feet right, think about what kind of dunk you're going to do, a windmill, a backwards, whatever, double pump, and you get hung. Oh, man, you might well just, as soon as you get up off the ground, just come on over here and sit down at the end of the bench. Don't even worry about playing no more.
I know one thing, that number one pick in the draft look like he going to be pretty good.
In NBA?
Hell yeah, that Wembyama or some shit like that. That motherfucker cold, man. I ain't never seen a motherfucker like him before.
What position he playing?
I don't know what the fuck he is. I know he's 7'4" and he out there dribbling like he KD or something, but he like KD part 2 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he got a shot on him?
Yeah, he can shoot, he can handle the ball, get to his spots. That motherfucker cold, man. He play a little defense, block shots and shit. Yeah, he a monster.
Excuse me, but I got it. My boy Eric also said Charlo is like the twins from G.I. Joe. Maul probably drank so much that Mayo got drunk from the twins' osmosis proximity.
Yeah.
MZ, I was saying Rodney Rogers is paralyzed now. I think it was a dirt bike accident. Oh, okay. I see where we was going now. I feel you. And I was saying Bird's back wouldn't allow him to dunk much. But Bird back didn't start acting up until later in his career. I'm talking about early in his career. He wasn't doing too much dunking then either. Abraham hit the Durrell on the canvas. Part of the Durrell never got up.
Yeah.
Not Kathy Duval from Main Events. I think that's her.
That's who I was thinking this whole time, but like that. That's who I've been thinking, but it just seemed like it was somebody else. But that's probably who it is, though.
Yeah, I could see her face and everything. But I was surprised to find out that she been in the boxing game a long time, just flying under the radar. Nobody calling her name or saying nothing bad about her, just doing their thing. Yep, MZ is 6'11" forward. Oh, he's 6'11". I thought Trey X, the guy you talking about 7'4"?
He's 6'11". I
Oh,
thought
6.
I thought they said that motherfucker was 7'4". He looked tall in a bitch.
He real skinny, like
Yeah,
Durant.
yeah, he's skinny as a motherfucker. But he hooping.
Oh, the number 1 pick on the Spurs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's the
thought
guy that they always come in the store talk about him, but I'm like, I don't know who y'all talking about. I'm gonna have to look at him and see what he got.
Yeah, that motherfucker cold.
Okay, D-Lo.
I think he's taller than 6'11", man. I don't know, man. That
Drummond is a
motherfucker taller than
6'11" forward. Okay, he said Drummond is a 6'11" forward.
Oh, okay.
But if he's 7'4", he can handle. Only other dude that I remember as a 7-footer that could handle the rock was Ralph Sampson.
Yeah.
Ralph Sampson was pretty good with handling the rock. To me back in the day, he was like one of the first big men that I saw that could like handle the rock in open court.
Yeah.
That's when he was playing on the Rockets. That Rocket team with Ralph Sampson and Akeem Olajuwon. If Ralph Sampson had just been smart and not let pride be in his way, they could have won some champion. He could have got him a championship under his belt. But he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play the forward position. He had to be the center.
I remember them teams a little bit. I don't remember quite that good. I think I know you talking about that center. He kind of like brown skin. I think that's who you talking about. I remember some of the players. Like I remember Otis Thorpe, Vernon Maxwell, Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell, shit like that. I can remember a few of them. Robert Ory,
Mr. Big Shot Bob.
Yeah.
How many championships he got? 7?
Yeah. I don't remember the guy that you talking about too much though.
Yeah, Ralph Sampson was like an earlier Rocket when Vernon Maxwell was considered the Jordan stopper because he could hold Jordan down to 20-something points. And everybody else was getting burned for 30 plus.
Yeah.
That Rockets team, if like I said, to me, Ralph Sampson messed it up. Which I ain't mad at him because my Bulls did their thing.
I like that second one when they had Vernon. Clyde the Glide. Clyde Drexler.
Clyde Drexler, he played. Oh yeah, he came to the Rockets way like his career was like close to being over. D-Lo said Sampson was way before those guys. No, he was there. He was way before Sam Cassell and was it Vernon Maxwell? It's another dude that played. It was
Mario
Ellie. Mario Ellie played for. Did he play for the Rockets?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was on one of them championship teams. I might be tripping. It seemed like he was though.
Mario Ellie. Okay. So Mario Ellie. I'm trying to think of the dude that played for the Bulls when he was a good stand-in like for Mike. I can't remember his name, but yeah, that old school team was good. Will could handle the rock too. Will Chamberlain, he was decent with the rock. I wouldn't consider him like an open court threat with the rock like Ralph Sampson or from 83 to 85. Yeah, but it was Harper for the Bulls. It was Mario Ellie for the Rockets. You're right, Trey X. It was Mario Ellie. Vernon Maxwell was the so-called Jordan stopper. It was Ralph, Otis Thorpe, Akeem, because Otis had those big ass hands. He was one of the strongest basketball players I can remember at that time. Strongest looking, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph Sampson was the number 1 pick in the 83 draft. He did a hell of a job in college. He hit that game-winning shot where he caught the ball. I think that's when they came up with that shot clock and something else that they came up with in the NBA because of that shot that Ralph Sampson had caught. It's like he caught it and turned around and shot it But they were saying that it wasn't enough time really on the clock for him to do that. But they got that win for that game. Clyde had bunnies. Okay, I done got everybody through. Samson was back in the day. I done got everybody caught up in there. Mario Ellie got three rings, 2 with the Rockets and 1 with the Spurs. No, I'm saying Big Shot Bob, though. Big Shot Bob got 2 with the Rockets and some with LA and some with the Spurs. Now I'm trying to think. Is it 7 that he got to do? He got more.
I think he got 7.
And nobody can really talk about it. You know how some players be on the bench and you be like, oh, you just got a ring because you was on the team. Robert Ory can actually brag about every team that he was on. At some point in the series, when it came to win those championships, he played a big role in it. He hit a big shot in damn near every championship that he won.
Yep, Big Shot Bob for sure.
That's right. That's why I got the name Big Shot Bob, which I never could understand why people call somebody Bob when their name is Robert. I'm like, Robert don't sound like he should be short for Bob to me.
I remember Sam Cassell looked like a goddamn alien or something back in the day. And
I played against him.
You played against him?
I played against him in college when he was at San Jack.
Yeah. He was good.
Good as fuck. I ain't gonna even lie to you. He was tearing Derek Glass ass up.
Yeah. He was good in the league. Shit.
Man, the dude would go to the hole. He was one of the first people in college that, to me, mastered the follow through. Like when the whistle blow, you know how the coach always tells you to keep on going and make the shot anyway.
Yeah.
He was that guy. The whistle will blow, you know, everybody else will stop and he keep going and do his layup. 10 Derek Glass up, man. I mean, whoo. I think he scored like 30-some points on us.
Yeah.
He had a 7-footer, though. I had my time in the day. The 7-footer got the ball at the free throw line and turn around and do a little. I was in his face. Block the 7-footer shot. You can't tell me shit.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here. Weak ass white boy. That's how I was talking in school. Not saying that that's how I feel about him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying at that time the competition was boiling up in me. I played against Van Exel too. Both of those dudes could. When you talk about ball handling skills, Cassell was a better ball handler to me than Van Exel because Cassell's hands was like so big when he dribbled and he had that irky jerky style the way he dribbled. So the way he moved with the ball, he could throw you off at any given moment. Van Exel was just fast. He could handle the ball, but he was fast. He can go around one of those big bodies to get to the hole so quick and run you. If you really playing defense, he'll run your ass into a serious pick if your team ain't calling it out.
Yeah. Did you ever get dunked on?
Yes, I have been dunked on before. This dude named Philip Chives. I can't remember the boy's name. He was 6'11". This is in high school. They threw the ball down to him in the paint. And we up under I got my forearm in his back, you know what I'm saying? I'm poised, sitting there ready. And, you know, he's 6'11". I'm not 6'11". No excuse. I'm looking at him. I feel like I got him away from the basket. He on the block. And I tell you, when he get the ball, Trey, he looked back at me, right? Yeah. And when he looked at me, he turned back around and he just jumped and just reached over and dunked. And I'm like, what the, I'm like, hell no. So in my mind, I'm like, I got to get this back. You know what I'm saying? I can't just, this high school, you can't get dunked on in school and you got to get that back. I had a cold guard on our team. His name was Michael Ingram. Me and Mike was like best friends. Mike could shoot from anywhere. And Mike could also handle the ball. Mike took it to the hole and I was trailing him and he fed it behind me. And I got it back. You ain't gonna dunk on me and think you just gonna get away with it. But yeah, that time I got dunked on. I've never been in a position to get dunked on in college. I've only been dunked on once, and that was in high school. by old boy, but I can't remember his name. But the most gorilla dunk I seen in high school was from a guy named Philip Chimes that went to Madison. He had some hops.
Yeah.
That man said you didn't have to bring it up. You know what I'm saying? You could have been like, you ever been shook or something like that. He went straight for the gusto. You been dunked on before? I bet everybody was like, watching him. He say, "No, yeah, I got my ass dunked on." You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say you played basketball. Yeah, only once, Derek Bailey. Only once. You know what I'm saying? I played hard defense, and I tried. One thing I learned, you know, you could control a person by putting that pressure on their waist, putting their leg up under their butt, and just staying where you don't where you don't move. But you got to make sure that when they get ready to go baseline, that you put that 1 foot out of bounds. So that way they can't get by you. They got to always turn back into the middle of the lane where your help should be. Should be. Not saying that it's there all the time. Look at D-Lo got to come in and say, listen to MZ putting cables on it. The first time he told the story, the dude was 6. Then he was 6'6". Now the dude 6. The dude, first of all, look at this. I can see already me and D-Lo just. D-Lo, you're going to have to come to Texas. I'm going to have to show you. It with the bad arm and all. I can still jump. Me and you can step on the court, and then we can take it to any sport you want with the bad arm and all. This.
You know them knees bad, the motherfucker right there with it. Making those claims.
Man, hey, you know how it is. You can't say that I'm gonna just let it happen. No, we're gonna have to go at it.
This nigga can barely reach down and tie his shoe, and then all of a sudden he talking about ducking on somebody.
Man, I'm barely wearing shoes that got strings now. Jeez,
Yeah,
I'm barely wearing it.
I'm 39 and my left knee been giving me problems like a motherfucker. So I already know you feeling some knee problems from time to time.
I'm gonna be honest. My right knee will swell up sometime, but as far as my body just breaking down, I'm really not in bad shape as being broke down like that. I can still run and things like that. My most horrible thing is my arm. If it wasn't for my arm, I'd still be trying to run around and do stuff.
Yeah.
He said, Eric also said MZ made getting dunked on sound cooler than a mother. It wasn't. It wasn't nothing cool about that, man. Nothing was cool about getting dunked on that night. First of all, my girlfriend, who is now my wife, was at that game. You know, so there wasn't nothing cool about that shit at all. Actually, the whole you know how I go. Everybody in that mud was talking about, you got to get that back. You know what I'm saying? Because our schools, when I was in high school, you know, we had friends at the other schools, and it was really like, hey, I go to this school, you go to that school. When we out of school, we all cool. But when it's time for us to play, we are not friends. And I'm trying to do you. You trying to do me, I'm trying to do you. At the end of the day, we're going to see who had the most rebounds, the most points, blocks, steals, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember hurting my back in high school one day, man. I pulled a muscle. Oh, my gosh. You know, I couldn't even run. It hurt so bad. And the coach, I missed my game. This when I was a freshman. I missed my game. So they tried to put me, because no freshmen was allowed to play varsity at Westbury. We had to play freshman. But you can go from freshman and go straight to varsity. You can skip over, what's that team that D-Lo was playing on before you get to varsity? Junior varsity. Now, I don't know what that's like. I'm just saying, I don't know what that's like. But my back was hurting like a mug. And I used to catch the bus, the city bus to school. And I got off the bus one day, and I don't know why. I sat down on the ground tray and like stretched to grab my toes, right, to see if I can, you know, I'm thinking any way I can to try to make this pain stop hurting. And I bent over and it was hurting, and then I heard this pop, and the pain just went away. And I jogged all the way from that bus stop all the way to school, which was about 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
I felt so good. My back was back in working shape. Cause me and my girlfriend, which is my wife now, I couldn't give her no quality time. I couldn't get on the basketball court. Life was a mess for me. This man said we could play shooting marbles. What you was gonna say, bro?
What was your best game in basketball?
In high school, my best game was 21 rebounds with 20 points. That was the best. Coach said that was my best game I had ever had. But I had a couple of games with 21 rebounds. Rebounding was my thing because I had shooters already on the team. Michael Ingram was a hell of a shooter. This boy, he'd miss a layup in a second, but he could hit a three-pointer. Yeah. Caesar Davis could hit a three-pointer. Arnett Mathis could hit a three-pointer. Lloyd Wiles was a hell of a guard. He wasn't that great of a shooter from the three-point line, but he had a nice mid-range game, and the boy had a 52-inch vertical.
So you was a Ben Wallace type nigga.
But I wasn't big like Ben. I was a skinny dude. I just was tenacious at rebounding. Nobody else wanted to rebound, and that shit was fun to me. You get to be the first person to touch the ball. You get to start to break. I could score on the inside. Don't get it wrong. I had good scoring ability on the inside, but it was more fun to get the people to come to me and kick their hoe out. I like to see my boys do their thing. That was fun to me. And you get an assist on there. Every time I kick the ball back out and they hit a three-pointer, that's an assist. And in the beginning of my career playing basketball, I really didn't get how important assist was until I started seeing my guys get these awards for being the number one three-point shooter in the district.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shoot, me passing the ball to him shooting that good every time. Basketball is a sport that I could actually I could rebound. I ain't got to worry about scoring unless I feel like we're in danger of losing.
No, I'm with you, man. I only played basketball in middle school because high school I was just about boxing, and that's all I would be trying to do. I started on the 18 though. I'd be out there. I would just be trying to get them rebounds, nigga. That's all I was about, trying to get them rebounds because I had two partners that was cold. My partner, Jermaine, and my other partner, Herman, that come through every now and then. He come through my Marlowe's corner and shit. That motherfucker was cold. Every time they threw that shit up, it was going in. So I just go out there and get the rebound and kick it to them niggas. When I'm wide open, they'll hit me up on the three-point line. I drop the three on the motherfucker every now and then. Just let me go ahead and shoot my little three every now and then. I'm happy. And I'll get rebounds and play defense all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And see, that I think that's what got me. So that's what helped me a lot because, I started playing basketball late. I didn't really start playing basketball till like the 8th grade. And I wasn't serious about it then. But when I got in high school and I found out that it could send me to college, that's when I really got serious about it. And to answer your question, D-Lo, in that 2020 game, as far as assists, I think I only had like 6 because most of the assists that I got when I kicked the ball out, it was to start to break. So those boys, we was running those boys that day. We was running them. So it was about 6, if I remember correctly. I didn't have a high number in that game with that 2020 because, when you tip the ball, when they shoot the ball and you tip that bitch back in, that's a rebound tip. You scoring off your rebound. So I had, and I'm long. And I didn't have a problem with sacrificing my body. I hit that floor for a loose ball. I'll take a charge. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing too. I wasn't too fancy for anything. Coach say take a charge. I get out there and take that charge.
I gotta jump out though, man, to go get me something to eat. I'm over here starving like a motherfucker.
Oh man, don't do that. We can't have nobody passing out because they're on the show. Grab you something to eat. Get that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get something to eat too. My wife made some fish. I'm gonna enjoy that. Healthy eating lately.
Yeah, that's what's up. Appreciate you letting me get on, man.
Man, it's always nothing but family around here. That's all we do. Y'all don't have to say that. It's always welcome. Much love.
All right, I'm back in the chat.
All right.
Yeah.
So, shoot, yeah, playing basketball was a thing. He said, I picture MZ like Stacey Allman or Todd Day when he tells his man Stacey Allman and the Rubber Band Man, Stacey Allman and Todd Day, both of them. I like both of those dudes, especially when they was in college. Especially when they was in college. Todd Day was the guy. My boy Arnett, when I graduated from high school and went to college, me, Arnett, Michael Ingram, we all went to the same school. We all went to the same college. And it was a big deal that the coach came down there and took three of our starters to his school. And I can't tell you what the feeling is to find out that you played well enough to go to college, even though it was a JUCO. When I first went, I went to a JUCO. I went to Panola College in Carthage, Texas, East Texas, and then I went to a Christian college after that and played ball. Both colleges I went to, they end up not having seasons that year because something happened to their star. The second college I went to, they had a bus accident. I think I told y'all that before. But yeah, basketball ended up being the sport that helped me realize that I can do other stuff. I got to college because, in high school, you're really not really doing that much in work. But when I got to college, I got to find out that I was disciplined enough that I can go to class, I can learn without having to have somebody hanging over my head and my shoulders. I could do it myself, which honestly made me look at the way I did things a lot differently because I found out that I had that in me. Some people need that other step to find out what it is they got in them, the capabilities, what they're capable of doing. And my chance getting to go to college showed me that I'll be pretty all right as an adult. I had no major problems in college, except for the fact that while I was there, I was on probation because I got caught up doing some stuff. Y'all know my life story is like a book. If I was to just sit down and write it out, y'all would be tripping on some of the things that I've been through and did coming up. But all that's, that's something else. So what y'all got for me? We just sitting here chilling. Y'all bring it on. Let's see what we got. He said, "You got Duquesne probably. He probably you probably is asleep because Duquesne he be working in the morning, and I got to get used to taking my butt to sleep. But Tuesdays, I can still stay up late and kick it with y'all because my new schedule still calls for me to be off Tuesday. I work 2 overnights, Wednesday and Thursday. Then I'm off Friday, and then I work mornings and I'm getting my training in, which is great. So I should be entering to the MIT bonus stage real soon now. Real soon. D-Lo, who you got, Regis or Devin Haney? Are you still here? And you too, Eric R. Who you got? Matter of fact, Rod X, the team that gets the most rebounds usually win. You are 100% correct. Unless they just suck at putting the ball back in the hole. But usually the team that has the most rebounds, really the most offensive rebounds really help you a lot. Defensive rebounds take away your opponent's chance to get a second chance to score. And that was really my main thing. If they shot the ball, getting the angle of where that ball was coming, catching the trajectory, knowing how to block out and chase that ball. I just had a knack for knowing when you shot the ball, I pretty much could tell where it was going and how to set myself to get that rebound. And it didn't matter. You could be a tall dude. You could be a 7-footer. I'm going to box you out. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to put my butt up against you, and I'm going to start driving back, spread my arms out wide enough so you can't get around me. And I'll hold you there until I see the ball so I can see where I can make the best jump on it. And it just came natural to me. And as a slim dude, I was kind of strong. So I had that playing with me. A lot of people was always confused and mistaken by how strong I was. They would always, I would get that a lot. Man, you pretty strong to be such a skinny dude. Yeah. So it is what it is. So misreading Terrence Crawford on how strong he is and other small people and how strong they might be when they don't look like it. I'm a witness. I'm a testament to that because I know how many times I have surprised people with letting them see how strong I am without looking like like I can get out there and do it. So D'Lo said he got Regis. Okay. I'm kind of leaning toward Devin, but we'll see how it go. He said, I plan to be sleeping already. Yeah, that's how it is. I ain't got a plan on being sleepy. He took some serious shots on me. Good job, team. Not that I'm being lazy, but good job. Who did not fill up the coffee? It's always something. So, gentlemen, he said Todd Day and Altman were probably in elementary school when you got your. When I got my first scholarship. Look at you, boy. You just funny as you could. You just as funny as you could be today, ain't you? But I ain't gonna even let it bother me. You remember, dang, what's the dude that used to play for the Orangemen? Not Todd Day. He had an 8-foot wingspan. He made it to the pros. I can't remember his name though. He played for the Orangemen. Damn, what was that dude's name? Billy O. Billy O. I thought Billy O was gonna make it to the pros and be a beast, but it didn't work out like that for him. He ended up being the beast that I thought he was gonna be. Y'all remember? Oh shoot, I'm hitting the mic. Y'all remember Billy O? Derek Coleman was good too. Derek Coleman was a beast. Derek Coleman was a beast. And what was the dog brother that we spoke on this before? D'Lo said, I remember Billy Owens. Yeah, he played for the Orangemen, right? And he was a star player. That's he was one of those dudes. I thought Billy O was gonna be one of those dudes, but Todd Day and Stacey Augman, man, when they was the running Rebels, man, that was a hell of a team right there. Did he get drafted by the Warriors? Who, Billy O? Did he go to the Warriors? I can't remember who he went to. It might have been, but one of the things that I remember that stood out about him was his wingspan and how they always talked about his wingspan. How he can cover the whole lane when he hold his arms out. He had 7-footers wingspans, but he wasn't a 7-footer. A lot of people used to love UNLV. When they was the running Rebels, they couldn't be touched. That was a cold team, man. That was a cold team. Larry, Syracuse. They the Orangemen. It's been so long since I done lost touch with the names that go with the names. Silly me. But I guess that's old age and not looking at stuff no more. But yeah, Syracuse was a good team. UNLV was a good team. Duke was a good team. At the time, they was making noise. Who else was it? Was the Blue Devils in the running then? I don't remember if the Blue Devils was in the running. MZ, did they have threes back then? To be honest with you, I do remember seeing basketball played where there was no three, and then when the 3-point line came into effect. And it has morphed for high school basketball and college, because high school's 3-pointer connects right at the top of the key. Colleges is a little back further, and pros is a little further back. But yeah, the 3-point line. Yeah, I remember watching games, seeing games that weren't really covered with the 3-point line. But the 3-point line been around for a minute, Mr. Smarty, with that shot right there. MZ, they had threes back then. Very funny. I didn't play in the time when they wore the Converses that were Chuck Taylors that was made out of the that weren't leather. I didn't play in those. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're not just orange. Now they're just the orange. I guess the Orangeman wasn't politically correct. Are you serious? They changed their name? Now, how is that not political? Who's orange? Who did they offend by being an Orangeman? That's crazy. Dukes is the Blue Devils, bro. Okay, so that's what Christy Leitner was, right? That was a dumbass trade at Rod X. So yeah, I'm trying to remember. Christy Leitner played for the Blue Devils. Stacey Augman, he was part of the Running Rebels, the UNLV squad. I'm trying. I'm trying to remember the guard's name. I can't believe I can't remember these boys' names like that so far. Duke was most definitely a factor at that time. I did not like Christian Laettner though, and Bobby Hurley. Y'all remember Bobby Hurley? Didn't he have a motorcycle accident right when he signed this big contract to go to the pros and didn't end up getting to be a pro? Something like that. The Orangemen probably offended the Trumps. Nobody was worried about them back then. Duke was hot back then. They won a chip or two back then. Yeah, those was the ones. Those was the colleges that was always in the mix. That when we sat down to watch games with my boys from the basketball team, we was always on Duke, but you couldn't miss us with UNLV with the Running Rebels, man. You couldn't miss that. And I remember being at Westbury, our high school. We changed. We our basketball team came together because we didn't like being the Johnny Rebel. We didn't like being because when I first got there, it was the Westbury Rebels, and we used the Confederate flag. That's what represented us, and we had a big fallout about it. The basketball team, the football team, the baseball team. We came together. We refused to play basketball or baseball or football because we didn't want to be representing that flag, and we end up getting rid of Johnny Rebel and the flag. And for the basketball team, we became the Rim Rattlers, which they changed our logo from being a rebel to being a dude dunking the basketball. So we became the Rim Rattlers, Westbury. But I don't know if they still the Rebels or not. But yeah, Johnny Rebel was our mascot. But we don't have John. When I was there, we changed that. Johnny Rebel got painted over in the gym, and he turned into to a Rim Rattler. Greg Anthony was that's who I was trying to think. Thanks, Rod X. Greg Anthony was UNLV's point guard. I feel like he was an underrated point guard, but I think he ran a team pretty good. He said I used to root for Duke heavy. For real. I wasn't really a Duke fan. I always went against the blue and white. I was a Rebel fan, man. I was a Rebel. I like those running Rebels. I love college ball until they started messing up all the divisions. I can't get back into it. I love the original Big East and the ACC that ruined it for me. I can understand where you're going with that. How they start mixing them together and schools start leaving one, going to another spot. But the sports can change so much. Sometimes you would I want to say I wish things can go kind of back to where they was, but I understand that these athletes are different. The way things are done is different. So the game has to change. Kenny Anderson got his crown after going head to head with Hurley. He put him in the blender. Kenny Anderson. Man. I'm going to ask y'all something. Now, y'all remember when Michael Jordan played for North Carolina? Y'all do realize people was over there like on that team like James Worthy. It was some stars on that team other than Mike. So, really, Mike wasn't just no hell of a name until he hit that game winner in North Carolina. But that North Carolina team had some good players on it right out the get-go. Are they the Huskies now, big bro? Okay. They the Huskies now. When I was there, they were the Rim Rattlers. We were the Rim Rattlers. But I've been removed so long, just sitting back reminiscing right now, it's just wow. Just thinking about man. It's this kind of stuff that's just enjoyable. I went to school with third row from Suave House. This son of a gun. Let me tell y'all. This straight up the truth. My bad, y'all. I didn't hit the wrong button, kick myself out. And I done lost the thought of what I was about to tell y'all. It was some, man, what was the story I was going to tell y'all? It's going to have to come back. My homeboy won Big East Player of the Year playing for Pitt in the mid-90s. What was his name? Big E knew a couple of kids. That Sam Perkins was on that team. That's right. Kenny Anderson was cold and Rod Strickland. Rod Strickland, he, was it Rod? Is Rod Strickland? I think that's Kyrie Irving's godfather or something like that. Him and Kyrie Irving got some good ties. Sam Perkins was good. I remember that boy Philip Lopez from St. John's coming in under all sorts of hype. Philip Lopez, not one of the Lopez brothers, huh? Montiego Cummings. What's his name? Abdul Sharif. He was one of the coldest point guards. That dude had major skills. And because he changed to, he converted to the Muslim religion, he took a hit. The NFL let the fans dictate his career. And he ended up getting, dare I say, kind of like blackballed out of the NBA. And what's that other basketball player's name that played for the Bulls that also went? Craig Hodges also went through that type of situation with the Bulls when he converted. Just that's just a side note. But it was something that I wanted to tell. It was a story I wanted to tell y'all. Now I can't remember what the heck it was. Dang. I hate when that happens. Eric I said, I remember Cummings. MZ, there's a documentary called Point God. Have you watched it? It's damn good. Called Point God? No, I have not. I have not heard of that. But now that you have, can I find it on Netflix or where can I find it at? And I'll give it a look. If it's it's about basketball, am I correct? Rasheed Wallace was he was one of those hard-nosed, just I don't take no crap kind of dudes. But he was that dude that come to work all the time. You could just say, when he came to work, you pretty much knew what to expect from him. He was going to give you a hard game. He was going to give you attitude, but he was going to be there for you. You could pretty much depend on it. God, Sham God. I don't know, Eric. I don't know what that is. I think that Detroit Pistons with Ben Wallace name was one of the only teams that I can remember that didn't have whatever happened to James Forrest. Who did he play for? Oh, you talking about boxing? You got to make sure because some of these names is running together for me. Oh, that's out of there. Y'all give me a hot second. Got to make a run to the kitchen. I'm a little parched, but I'm gonna throw a track on just to hold y'all over till I get right back. Okay, I'm back. That track there is one of the ones that my big bro Maestro done put together. Just thought I had that in while running in and grab me a Dos Equis. Because I'm enjoying my off day. So I think I'm going to bust open one. Now, where were we? Forrest didn't pan out. I never kept up with him or Travis Best after college. James Forrest was a forward for Georgia Tech. Sheed is one of the most skilled bigs ever, who never really reached his ceiling, in my opinion. Same as KG. Well, didn't Rashid get a? I'm trying to think. Didn't he win a championship with Detroit? Correct me if I'm wrong. My memory might be tripping, but I thought Rashid got a championship with Detroit. And KG, if you think about it, KG was a high energy player. Pretty much, I think you would depend on him more for defense than offense. I don't think he was really much of an offensive juggernaut or anything like that. Wallace won in 2004. Okay, that was a team that, in my opinion, didn't really have any superstars on it, but they had a bunch of good, hard, quality working players. Even though Chauncey Billups, I felt like he was a hell of a point guard at that time. Liam Bias. So many people is just, we just think about how good he could have been if he didn't get called back home. Yeah, that Wallace name, because that's my last name. I like to see when Wallace appears on street signs in movies. It don't matter. When that Wallace name show up, my chest poke out a little bit. Just a little, not a lot. Shoot. Say from the mid-'80s to the mid-'90s, GT had some great point guards. Do you only think of Detroit wins as a championship if they draft Melo instead of Darko? Who is Darko? Do I think they win championships? I'm gonna be honest with Carmelo. You talking about Melo, the little Melo, or Carmelo Anthony? Help me out so I make sure that I'm saying the right thing. If they had another level, Sheed and KG won both sacrificed to be better team players. KG was only more of a defender at the tail end. Well, when he came in with the Timberwolves, right? And when you a high energy player, and I think this pans out for any sports team. Oh, you talking about Carmelo Anthony? I'll get to that one in just a second. You could be a B plus player and be the best player on the team of a bunch of B players. It's easy. With basketball, that can happen. You can end up on a team with a bunch of B players and be a B plus player and seem to rise above them, and then end up getting on a team where other players match your greatness or are a little better than you, and then you will really see where that player settles at. And I think KG found that out when he went to Boston, and he finally started being able to win. Let me catch up where we at. So as far as do I think Carmelo would have won with Detroit? I think it would have been kind of hard for the simple reason Carmelo to me seemed like more of a selfish player than a full team player. Yeah, he could score and do a lot of things like that, but he didn't make the guys around him better. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give them that opportunity to become great. And some people might see it a different way, but as far as I seen his career and the way he played ball, I don't think him going to Detroit. Well, who would he been in Detroit with? Let me change that. Who would you seeing in there with Ben Wallace and those guys like that? Chauncey Billups and them, Rip Hamilton. Maybe he could have fit in. It's possible. But he seemed not to be that much of a team player to me. He didn't seem to be 100% on board. And with basketball, everybody's got to be on the same thinking path. They got to be on the same level. Everybody's got to be willing to accept this dude's going to take the most shots. this dude's going to be the dude that we rely on rebounding. This dude, you have to be able to depend on the other four guys that's on the basketball court with you to do their job. If they mess up, to have short memories and to be able to give it as much as you are. Basketball teams, to me, they're a little different than a football team because a football team has so many more players where a basketball team doesn't. And it's easier to get that camaraderie and brotherhood. It only takes, even though some of the guys that played on my high school team and college team, even though they didn't get to play, they did still feel as part of the family. In practice, they was treated a certain way. It was all brothers and stuff like that. It was all love. We didn't have a room for a person that thought they was a superstar. That would mess up everything for us. Somebody think they was bigger than the team. See, KG stayed in Minnesota too long. That's a possibility. With Carmelo, yeah, the Pistons would have won probably 3 or 4 rings. I don't know. I still have to say, it's a good debatable. It's a good thing to debate, but it'd be kind of hard to prove. I could just go by. Carmelo is the guy that wouldn't take a pay cut so other guys could flourish on his team, or so they can get other guys on his team. He's that same guy that would take all the shots if needed, instead of trying to, I'm not going to take a 3-point shot if I see you wide open in the paint. If you wide open in the paint, which one's the easiest shot? The 3-pointer or giving it to the dude in the paint? Carmelo is the guy that's going to take the 3-point shot instead of giving it to the paint. That's how I feel. That's what I learned about watching him play. In college, unstoppable, remarkable player. In pros, it was something different. The money came into play, all that kind of stuff, egos and all that. LeBron would have probably take his talents to LA sooner to team with Kobe. I don't know. Because they said the Mamba was hard to get on a team. He was hard to deal with. You wasn't gonna be with the Mamba and not you couldn't lay it down with him. He was only picking up when it came to playing basketball. What's up, Eric R?
What's going on, man?
See, you got it.
This is right up my alley. Devil's advocate. I feel like, okay, Melo came in. He was coached under Jim Boeheim, right? And in Syracuse, which is like his coaching style was similar to Larry Brown's. I feel like the core group of the Detroit Pistons had enough leadership that Melo would have came in and been a different player. They would have. Larry Brown was like notorious for not playing rookies, so that would have been like a great situation for him to be tested on. Is he going to be able to come off the bench, work his way in through, the slow way? And I think they probably would have put him in a position where he had been like the 6th man. And then once they saw, because I think that was one of the reasons why the Pistons had one more, is they didn't have that one guy that they could just rely on to carry them offensively when it got difficult for them to score. You know what I mean? And they would do the old same thing that the Eagles is trying to do, to ride the high hand. Sometimes it's difficult to find who the high hand is. You need a guy that's going to do it consistently. And I felt like that was the play that they needed to make. They should have had drafted Carmelo. One of the reasons why Carmelo is everything that you described is because he didn't have those veterans. Get that veteran support and leadership in Denver. And then once Chauncey Billups got there, he was immediately willing to learn from Chauncey and his leadership. Same thing when Iverson came in. He immediately was looking for Iverson to lead, and Iverson was like, "Hey, you know, you led the league in scoring. This is your team." You know.
But see that difference right there,
Mhm.
that difference right there, you know, it could speak to you two different ways. As a coach, you would look at it and say, you deferring to the next player this easy. Do you not want the rock when it comes down to crunch time? Are you the guy that I'm going to look at and I might want you to take the shot? Are you looking to give it off to the next man?
Right.
Um,
No, I was. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
some coaches can look like that, but when you think about it, you got Allen Iverson coming over to the squad. This
Right.
AI. This is
Right.
AI. You know what I'm saying? You defer to him. I'm not saying that you have to say he's better than you or anything like that, but this is a guy that you defer to because this is a guy who has done it on a level who's been doing it a little longer than you. Chauncey
Mm-hmm.
Billups has proven himself. Like I said, Chauncey Billups is a champion from a team that was not chocked with stars. They were just a
Right.
hard-working basketball team, and I don't think
Mm.
they get enough credit for the fact that they snatched off 2 championships.
No, they got one. They lost Game 7 with some effery to San Antonio.
Really, Billups only got one. I thought Billups had 2 rings. My
Nah,
mistake. My
nah,
mistake.
but
It's still something big to win. To win,
yeah.
but some people would say that the NBA was weak at that time. Um, I don't know if I would consider it being weak at that time. You just, you know, you have to give the athletes at the time that are in there, they just
Mm-hmm.
do.
But I felt like that was probably one of the better championships we got in a long time. That 7-game series between the Pistons and the Spurs. A lot of people was mad because they just wanted to. They were too focused on seeing the names go head to head. But I would argue seeing the best play against the best was the best for the sport. You
Right.
know. But you go back and watch that. That was a hell of a series.
Yeah.
You didn't know. You didn't know who was gonna win. Because the victories earlier on came from wide margins both ways. Like one team would win by 10, the other would win by 15 or 20, and then when it got to the lower part, towards the end of the series, I think it ended up ending in like by like 4 points or 8 points or something like that. So you know, it was a heck of a series.
Right. And D'Lo, my bad. They had stars, no superstars. I can agree with that because Chauncey Billups, I guess you would say, was a star. Ben Wallace was a star. People loved him for his rebounding, being big, strong, Big Ben. So
Mhm.
yeah, let me correct that. They were a team that won a championship without superstars.
Yeah, I mean that's a narrative that they did. I mean, I would argue that Rasheed was a superstar, but I just felt like he kind of like took a back seat to not. He was more him and KG were just those special type of players that are more as talented as they are. They're more team oriented than they are. You know, the guy that's going to be like, all right, everybody get on your back. Like they would have to yell at Sheed and say, hey, take over this game. But he, on more than many occasions, shown that he could be the guy whenever he wanted to, or whenever he felt the need to.
I can agree with that.
You
He could
know,
try to turn it on. He could try to
but
turn it on.
yeah, it's
But you
easy
don't
to
want that
package it.
guy.
It's
You, I,
easy to package it. It's easy to package it as a team with no superstars. You know what I mean? Because if you put it on Rasheed to be the face of that team, then you kind of bring that stench of the Jailblazers. So I feel like that was why they tried to play it as that, as as 5 fingers to the fist.
I feel you. And D'Lo say Rashid was a stud. He was a stud when he was playing with Clyde and them playing in Portland. But you know, he said he turned into a role player in Detroit. Mm, sometimes you have to do that. You know, sometimes you do have to play the role, become a role player when that first step isn't as fast as it used to be, or that pump fake isn't as good as it used to be. But
Right.
it is what it is. He said, yeah, David Stern didn't like Rashid. David
Nah.
Stern didn't like quite a few of those players. But you know, as the game changed, the players change. It's like some people don't have a liking for LeBron. You know, like I said, I always try to look at it the same. You can only judge them by their what's the word? By their timeline. It's hard to judge them against another timeline because you know it's just impossible to do.
Right. I respect LeBron for everything. I mean, I respect him as a player. I respect him for how he took care of his crew. You know, and just listening to other players how they revere and talk about him. I respect him on that line. I just don't. When they do that LeBron versus Jordan debate, like I don't look at that as a debate because I just feel like the rules were kind of fudged to make that happen. Like you leaving Cleveland to go to Miami, that to me disqualifies the comparison. I mean, but that's just how I look at it.
D'Lo say he was at Portland with Pippen. I think Clyde was
Yeah.
off to Houston. I may
He
have
was
the timeline messed up.
Definitely got the timeline messed up, but I was gonna let you live. It was
Yeah.
He was over there with Scottie Pippen and Steve Smith and Bonzi Wells. Like I know that whole squad. That was fun times for me.
And I haven't heard Bonzi Wells' name said in a minute.
Mm-hmm. He was a little dog.
Him, Muggsy Bogues.
Mm-hmm.
Muggsy was the second most popular short man after Spud.
Yep.
Spud Webb came in there and changed the whole game, surprised everybody. See, I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
stop
dope.
typing for a few minutes, but I'm here.
You good.
Oh no, I was reading D-Lo's comment.
Got you.
Yeah, shoot. Just thinking about basketball. Just we got off track for a second.
Mm.
It's been a good show. I enjoyed everybody that came through and had a conversation. It's really a plus that you joined in the conversation. Let us hear your voice. I just want
Appreciate you.
to let y'all know he kicking my ass in chess. For he being.
It's a learning experience for us both, you know. Iron sharpens iron.
That's right. Soon enough, y'all gonna hear him say this goddamn MZ. Y'all, I'm gonna just say, I told y'all. Yeah, you can only pick on me for so long before I just had enough.
Hey, I'm impressed you keep coming back, man.
Where else would I go?
That's right. There you go.
This one of those situations me and Trey X was talking about. I should take the blinders off and be like, he better than me, but I'm like, fuck that.
Right. That's all I want to see. That's it.
We're gonna play until all the squares change colors on the boards for us.
There you go. There you go.
But it's enjoyable. I'm having fun with it. If anybody else on here play chess, y'all holler at us so we can give y'all what's the name of the game again?
Chess.com. Yeah.
Jump on chess.com and mess with me and Eric R.
Yes, sir.
Get on there and have some fun. It was something that I wanted to tell you guys, man, but I literally cannot remember what it was. And as soon as I say it's over, it's gonna come to me, and I'll be like, "Son of a gun."
Hey, my battery's low on my phone. I'll stay on, but if it drops off, that's what happened.
Oh, I understand. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to close the doors. I'm gonna leave the cane in his sleep. I'm gonna just lay the key on his lap.
There you go. You should play that song with him singing on there.
I'm gonna lay the keys on his lap and put a note on his chest and tell him lock up. And
That's
say,
it.
let me see. We need to rework the hook, but he is hydro blow. This gonna tell us good night. I'm gonna let the cane slow burning. What you want, just be blunt. I can stand the flames. I'm gonna let that take us on now. Y'all be easy, man. Eric, you got anything you want to say before we fall out?
Man, thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night.
What he said. I appreciate everybody from coming. Thanks for showing the love. And we out. Oh shit, maybe it'll work if I turn it on.
Do your thing, Chad.
That's messed up. I can't even sign off right. Okay. You bag yourself. All right, family. We about to roll up out of here. I'm gonna let the cane take us out. We're gonna drop y'all with a hydro blow. Now we out. Oh shit! No wonder they ain't saying nothing because I got my bad, y'all. Yep, my bad. Let me. They waiting on the song. I ain't even got the damn thing going here. No wonder they ain't saying nothing because I got my bad, y'all. Yep, my bad. My bad, totally. Here we go. Here we go. I ain't even got the damn thing going here. South, Joe. South. Here we go.
Shorty looking mad fly, had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene. Nah, I mean, feel that? Really? I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my. Passed the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's O, his last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, you get high. Then I'm your guy. If I got the high, you got the drug, you can make this track go. And if I got the high, you got the drug, you can make this track work. And if I got the high, you got the drug, you can make this track work. And if I got the high, you got the drug, you can make this track work.
Slow burning. Say what you want, just be blunt. I can stand the flames. Take a ride on the great airlines. I promise you'll be glad you can. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average stroke. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reaper.
I got the high, you got the draw. You can make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the draw. You can make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the draw. You can make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the draw. We can make this track flow.
I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling and she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, girl, hurry up. She placed her gaze back up on and took a deep sigh and said, I'm so home. You want a drink? I said, yeah. And while she walking to the table, she asked him what I think. I like the way your lips poke her like she pouting. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, oh, you like what you see. Before I can answer, I heard, hey, what about me? I turn around, she got a pose with no clothes, with her leg up on the chair, with her bangs on his toes. She said, don't speak, just lay back on the bed. Said something about double heat. Yeah, you heard what she said.
If I got the high, you got the draw. You can make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the draw. You can make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the draw. You can make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the draw. We can make this track flow. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows at the way to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows at the way to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
On a mission for them dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up white hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I know a strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking, you clocked in, don't make me disprove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I can make it home and you might not. Let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee that I'll let that be hit you.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows at the way to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows at the way to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side. I keep on moving like soul to soul. Penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow. Like water from the aquifer. Look you in the aquifer and see that it's a sea. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Know those typical pickle and hollow tip. Got the mic with a firm grip when I spit. Got bubbles like a little shit.
Niggas killing me with the smoking shit that you hear. Ability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up. Cause if not, you a trunk, that's a lame duck. I'ma call you super dead cause your game suck. Pack your shit and keep it moving, name truck. What? Worry about no problem, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows at the way to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about no problem, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows at the way to see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never but know who's truly on your side.
I said,
Niggas killing me with the smother shit that you hear. Ability to spit with clarity is so
I
unclear.
said, niggas be talking crazy. Hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I really make change. Okay, let's get that straight. Back to the grill when these niggas got beef. Yes, man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late.